Welcome in to the Legacy Home Finance Game of the Week. We are live from the Eagles Nest here in Avon. Dave Rivera joined alongside Mark Munch Bishop as we get ready to bring you a slobber knocker, Munch.
Brother, I like that term in a big, big way. You know what? I thought people say, okay, let's define it from the get-go. What is a slobber knocker? That I'm going to hit you so hard, something comes out of every place on your face.
That's
and again,
it.
Your eyes water, your nose runs, your mouth drools, and maybe something even comes out of your ears. That's how hard you get hit, and that's what these two teams are going to bring to the table
We've
tonight.
got a good one tonight. Glenville comes to town to take on Avon. The Tarblooders are 2-0. The Avon Eagles returning back from Florida after a close loss. They're now 1-1. We're going to take a quick timeout, then we'll get our Stewart's TV and Appliance pregame show started where we talk to both of the head coaches and get their thoughts on this season, this game, and the rest of the season moving forward.
You know what, the big time today, as you talk about the rest of the season moving forward, for Mike Elder, he goes, you know what, these first three games out of conference, it's like, you know what, this is like Final Four caliber games. And Ted Ginn Sr. told us before the game, he goes, you know what, is that as we get to the Senate, things ease up a little bit, so we have to be intense for these first three. But something else I want to point out, will the powerful offense of the Eagles be able to penetrate the great defense of Glenville? I'm being told by Avon coaches, which is a tribute, that this Glenville defense is the best they've ever seen.
A lot of Division I players on the field here tonight. We'll go over all of them. We're going to take a quick timeout, then we're jumping into the Coach's Corner presented by Buckeye Community Bank. And then it's time for your Legacy Home Finance Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere. We're live and free on YouTube. Subscribe, Lorain County Sports Network. Welcome into the Coach's Corner presented by Buckeye Community Bank. Today and tomorrow, your partners for growth. Our Week 3 matchup features the 2-0 Glenville Tarblooders traveling to Avon to take on the 1-1 Eagles. Joining us now is the head coach of the Avon Eagles, Mike Elder. Coach, thank you so much for giving us some time today before kickoff. How was your trip to Florida, and are you happy to be back home?
Yeah, no, it was a great trip. You know, I think we really had a cool experience for our kids to get on a plane with your best friends in high school and fly to a football game, and then get to spend time at Universal Studios in the parks and the water parks. Was certainly a fun experience, you know, and it presented a lot of challenges going 1,000 miles away from home and playing a football game. But overall, it was an amazing trip. Our kids had a great time, and, you know, we wish the result of the varsity game would have been a little different. But, you know, we came up 3 points short, but I think we're going to grow and learn from that.
So let's go back to that Week 2 matchup, Coach, against a very tough Spruce Creek team. Tell us about the game. You guys had a few chances to really put the nail in the coffin, but obviously came up just a few points short. Talk about that game in general.
Yeah, you know, we think it's a game that, you know, we should have won, and those are the toughest ones. You know, sometimes if your opponent's just better than you, it's easier to tip your hat, and they're certainly a very talented team. They'll probably win 8, 9, maybe 10 games this year. You know, they're very good. They have 4 Division I guys on defense, and a quarterback and running back who are very dynamic, and a receiver is as good as we'll see. So they presented problems, and the first thing you do is give them credit. But then when you really look back at the game, you know, I love about our coaches and our players that we all take extreme ownership and when things don't go well. And I think everyone can look in the mirror and say, man, if I had just done this, then there would have been a different outcome. Because when you lose by 3 and you line up to kick a 50-yard field goal to tie it that just goes short, you know, a little bit wide left, there's a lot of blame, but nobody's pointing the finger at others. I think we're all looking internally and saying, what could I have done differently that maybe would have provided a different outcome? And then, you know, we had a challenging situation at the end with 4 minutes to go. We had the ball. All we needed to do is grind out a couple first downs, and we got a holding on a screen call, which, you know, I thought was a questionable call because you want people to run upfield. You don't hold on screens. But the official didn't see the whole thing. He just saw a guy fall, got us behind the sticks, and then the marching band played behind us the entire time, and I was told it was a legal in Florida to do that when it's not. And we had 2 false starts and inevitably snapped the ball early and hit off a motion guy, and they recovered for a short field to beat us. So, that was a tough thing, but we, instead of focusing on that, we really said, what could we have done leading up to that where it wouldn't have come down to that situation?
New year, new team, Coach. Describe this Eagle team for some of our listeners.
I think the team's worked exceptionally hard, and we've got talented players, no question. In our last game, Ryan Stolarski, our linebacker committed to Miami of Ohio, did not play against Spruce Creek, so we're glad to have him back. But I think we're developing our own identity right now. With the guys that are returning starters, we expect them to do big things, and they are. And we got a lot of inexperienced guys. I don't call them young because we're playing a lot of seniors and juniors, but we have a lot of inexperience that these first 3 games against the level of competition we have to play, we'll get them to grow up real quick. And so we're hoping by week 4 when SWC play comes around, we've kind of settled in and we start taking on our own identity.
Coach, talk about your running game. Keontae Smith and Cam Wendell both doing a great job in the backfield, and your game plan, both with them over 80 carries so far, has worked out well. Describe the dynamic duo.
Yeah, both of those guys played a year ago. They're returning starters, and, we want to lean on them. They're both very talented. In the past game, Cam Wendell had the big game, and, I thought he did a great job. He had 90 yards rushing. So we're still striving to be balanced. We believe that we want to be 50-50 pass run, but in some games you'll have to throw more, in some games you'll have to pass more. But throughout the season, we want to be a balanced team, and I think we're getting close to being that. But those 2 guys are certainly luxuries to have because they were part of the state championship team a year ago and had tons of carries between the 2 of them.
New quarterback in Blake Elder, but he's got a very familiar target in Grant Barr. Talk about the relationship and the connection those 2 have.
Well, Grant's special. He's one of the best players in Ohio, and, there's a little frustration on our end that we haven't really got him the ball as much as we probably want to. But, Grant also understands if they're going to double cover him, then other guys will step up and make plays. But, those 2 guys are certainly developing a chemistry, just like Blake is with all of his receivers. And we want to continue to see that grow and try to continue to get Grant, because he's so dynamic, more involved into our offensive game plan.
Defensively, Ryan Stolarski, who you mentioned, back for week 3, commits, and also Jacob Weatherspoon, another Division I commit. Coach, talk about your defense and some of the guys flying around making plays for you.
Yeah, Trevor Maley and Jacob Witherspoon at safety have been doing a great job for us, and both were returning, letter winners and starters from a year ago. And then Caden Clapham and Alex Rivera at the corners are returning starters as well. And so the back end of our defense is certainly, our strength. And then you put Ryan Stolarski in the middle and Lance Dawson, who's committed to Cincinnati, up front. And I think we have a good defense. I thought we played pretty good defense against Spruce Creek, actually, but we had them backed up to 3rd and long 2 times, and they were able to convert. And then there was a 4th and long, 4th and double sticks, and they converted. So we're going to have to be able to get off the field in those situations. And historically we have, but tip your hat to Spruce Creek. And, they made a couple big plays in those situations and extended drives. And, a lot of that was a difference in the game.
This week you take on Glenville, who you had a tough matchup with last year, winning 13-12. Talk about the respect and the relationship you have with head coach Ted Ginn Sr.
Yeah, Ted Ginn is, a guy that, I have a tremendous respect for and have gotten to know pretty well on a personal level since playing them. I think this will be our 5th time we're playing them. And what he does for those kids is remarkable, and, the opportunities he provides for them. So I just respect him so much as a man and a coach. And we know that when Glenville comes to town, we're going to see really great athletes and a disciplined football team who plays for each other, and his culture in that program is very strong. So, we know what we're up against, and we're excited about the opportunity. Avon schedules 3 hard non-conference games intentionally. We call them glorified exhibitions. If you win them all, great. If you don't, great. We're trying to get ourselves ready for conference play and figure out who we are. And I don't know how you figure out who you really are unless you're playing really, really good teams. And for us, this will be our 3rd great quality opponent in a row.
What have you seen from the Tarblooders on film so far this year, Coach?
Well, it starts on the defensive side of the ball. I think there's probably the best defense we'll see all season, maybe even into the playoffs. They're that good. Last year we won the game 13-12. It was a low-scoring affair. This year we expect it to be the same. Our offense knows we're going to have to continue to grind out, drives. And obviously, if you punt the football against Glenville, it's not a bad thing. You just don't want to turn it over. And then our defense is going to have to play well, and we're going to have to be opportunistic on offense. So their team speed is elite, and they've got some players, committed to play at the highest of levels on that defense, justifiably so, because they have great players everywhere.
Coach, good luck tonight. We look forward to speaking to you later in the post-game show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Mike Elder of the Avon Eagles. When we come back, it's time to meet the starters and get this game kicked off. You're watching the Legacy Home Finance Game of the Week, live and on demand on YouTube. Subscribe for free at Lorain County Sports Network.
Mark Bunch Bishop for the Lorain County Friday Night Lights Game of the Week. It is the Glenville Tarbloods traveling to take on the Avon Eagles. And with us now, and it's an honor, and I will say purely a blessing, to be talking to Ted Gibbs Sr., the head coach of the Glenville Tarblooders. Ted, how you been, man?
I'm good, Munch. Just trying to go day by day. You know what it is.
I know, my friend, and I'll tell you what, blessed that both of us are still here. And you know what, man? I don't pull any punches, you know me, but I'm blessed and honored to be able to call you a friend and a brother.
Yes, man. Likewise, you know what it is, man. I'm always honored to talk to you. Always honored when I see you. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the same.
Well, I appreciate you big time. Out to a 2-0 start for your Tarblooders, and I'm looking at the games, my friend, and Ted, I'm seeing just about everything. I'm seeing a running game. I'm seeing a passing game when needed, and I'm seeing that Glenville defense. How do you feel about this football team?
Oh, I feel great about it. We basically still pretty young in the business. We was young last year. But, we kind of growing up a little bit, but it's all football, and I'm happy that, God has blessed us to start the season off 2-0.
I got to ask you this, too. I'm looking at your lineups, your offense, your defense. Sure, you've got seniors. They're so important, but you've got a sprinkling in of sophomores and juniors, too. I've always felt, and you probably have heard the saying before, that if a dog is going to bite, he's going to bite as a pup. Do you feel that about your youngsters on this team, that they're contributing and they're going to contribute more as this year goes on?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year they was all freshmen. I've never played freshmen, man. But the lights wasn't too big, wasn't too bright for them, So they done grew up a little bit in the year. And, it's just a blessing to have that type of talent and I can play them on the varsity level, And this is the part of the most, and I don't say this I'm saying this because I've never had it. Young kids that I played this early and this much talent in every position since I've been a coach here,
Wow.
That's something big at Glenville, you know what I'm saying? Because every year, I always got to almost empty out, but this last couple of years, it's been good. And last year and this year, to have young talent is a blessing, but it's still football. That don't mean you're the best team, but you know what I'm saying? But I know I got talent.
Ted Gibbs Sr. joining us, head football coach at Glenville. You know what, Coach? I look too at your team, and I'm going to be blunt. A lot of people are jealous of the success of the Glenville Tarblooders. I say just worry about your own teams. But the one thing about your young men I noticed, they don't care where they play. Heck, you could put football lines of a field out on St. Clair and 105th, and they go out there and play. These young men just want to play football. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Well, see, in a lot of ways, I'm fortunate because a lot of the kids that I'm dealing with now are my kids' kids. So the kids that played here years ago, now I got their kids. and it's so crazy because a lot of the kids, I've been doing this since they was in diapers, and people can think what they want, but I done had the kids because I had the daddies, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of the kids that's been around Glenville football ever since they was babies, you know what I'm saying? So And then the concept and the philosophy is what we do here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is more of taking care of my kids, which is my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it, you know, and it's not, you know, people can think whatever they want to think, but that these kids been raised in the business. They've been raised in the philosophy. And, you know, it's about saving their lives and giving them opportunity in life and transition them to life through football, you know, so that's what it is.
I love it. And you know what, Coach, I think we share, I know we share the same philosophy when we look at life. And just what you're describing. To me, the most important things in my life are God, family, and roots. And you emulate all of those, especially what you're just talking about. I know how important God is to you, but family, it's a Glenville family. And the roots, you're going right back to your roots with all these young men, too.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Coach, I've got to ask you this, too. When you look at the young men that you've sent on to other levels, whether it's Ohio State, other colleges, or even to the pros, that's going to give you some pride. But I know what gives you even more pride, that these are leaders, these are fine young men, these are citizens, and they're really doing what you've taught them to do. That's going to make you feel very, very happy, very content, and you've got to make your heart at rest.
Absolutely, man. You hit it all, you know. That's what it is. See, you know, it's football, it's Glenn Academy, it's track, it's all that. That is what this whole thing about this, to teach the kids, to educate the kids, that so they can be able to be contributors to the world and to be and find a way and make the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not doing that in this business, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You are building people, young men, to be fathers, to be contributors to the world, you know, to make the world a better place so that they can live and raise their families and their kids and get married, make decisions, buy homes, work in corporate America. That's what it's about. But we just use football as the carrot. You know, we use football, we use track, we use school, you know, to engage. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. So that we don't cut the TV on. It's always a bunch of mess. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you 100%. You know, it's kind of cool, too.
Make the world a better place.
Yeah, we're talking about life and taking care of each other and paying attention to the world more than football. But that's what you're all about, my brother. That's what you taught me years ago, that, you know what, sure, you're a football coach, but you know what, you're also saving souls, saving young men, and that is just so important. Ted, let's go back to the game of football real quick. Ted, I've got to ask you this. I've seen Arvell Nelson. He could run. You got running backs that can run, but he can also pass the ball. You've got some young wide receivers. But just to point one young man out, he scored the winning touchdown against Massillon. Joseph Saffold just looks like to be another one of those players that really other young kids look up to, and the community looks up to too as a leader. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. You know, we are blessed to have him. He's a very good leader. He's a smart kid. He's intelligent, and he's athletic. You know, I just think that's the kid that's being overlooked. You understand? Mm-hmm. He's a Big Ten player, you know what I mean? And we're blessed to have him as a leader here at Glenville.
Sincere Johnson is one of the best that I've seen, and you've got, I don't even have the time to talk about all the great ones you've had come through Glenville, but he's a special player, too, on defense, isn't he?
Absolutely. Very intelligent. I mean, smart, intelligent, physical, and understand what his role is as a player, but more so as a leader. And he's the example of hope for the next kid, you know, and that's how I go.
Well, I love what you're saying. Ted Gibbs Sr., the head football coach at Glenville. Ted, I can't wait for kickoff coming at you shortly. And again, honored and blessed to be able to call this game tonight along with Dave Rivera.
I'll see you later.
All right, my friend. Thank you. Ted Gibbs Sr., the head football coach of the Glenville Tarbloods. Friend, are you ready? Electricity, excitement. It's Glenville and Avon coming at you.
Welcome into the Green Path CPA Solutions broadcast booth. Not your typical accounting firm. Visit greenpathcpa.com. Dave Rivera joined alongside
Mark Munch Bishop as we get you ready for this big game here in week 3. It's a non-conference matchup before Avon gets ready for the grind, which is the SWC. Munch, what are some keys to the game? Start first with the visiting Glenville Tarblooders.
Well, number one, the Tarblooders, they want to establish the run behind that big offensive line, even with Mr. Perez out. And, boy, that is just something that is hard to make up when you have a guy, Jameer Perez, at 6'4", 320 with a high ankle sprain. But still, they have backs that will hit the holes in between the line. But you got to remember this, too. The quarterback is a good one, Arvell Nelson. He'll take a 2-3-step drop and just hit somebody on a slant. His big receiver he likes to get is Joe Saffold, 6'1", 200-pound junior, a transfer that came over. And defensively, no doubt, Mike Elder told me before the game, this is the best defense he has seen. But I want to say this, too. So many people watching. We don't have an empty seat here on the Avon side. Shout out to marketing and promotion guru Christy Brown with Odyssey radio stations. PJ Ziegler said he's going to come up and say hey to us from, of course, Fox Friday Night Touchdown.
It's a who's who here.
Brother, you know what? Anyone that likes high school football, involved with high school football, this is the game.
Kicking off for Glenville's number 0, Anir Lemon. He's going to get things going. And back deep to receive for Avon is Caden Bennett, number 11, as we are waiting to get things going.
Yeah, he's flanked. They have 3 guys back there, and I was watching the Glenville kicking game in practice. You know, something that Ted Giddens Sr. will tell you that has been lacking over the years. It's pretty darn good this year, my friend. I saw their punter regularly booting them out 50, 55 yards, but Avon counters too with another great kicking game.
So they pulled a okey doke on us, Munch, and they have a new kicker now as Elijah Harden is going to come out to kick. So they had Anir Lemon, number 0, out there.
He's been kicking all year.
And now it's going to be Elijah Harden. 3 Eagles back deep to receive, and it's going to be fielded by Finn Jordanek. And he gets up across the 35-yard line is where the Avon Eagles will start. Our coin toss was brought to you by Lorain County Visitors Bureau, celebrating 200 years together. Glenville won and deferred, so Avon gets the first crack here.
You know, interesting because I asked Mike Elder before the game. He said the wind won't be a factor. It's going east to west. It started out in the north early on. But he says, you know what, Munch? I like to take the ball. I'm like you. I said, because General Patton, as I'm a history student, never deferred, okay? He always attacked. He goes, but a day like today, their defense is so good. Good chance that I defer. But right now, we'll see what Blake Elder, his son, the senior quarterback, could do against that Glenville defense.
We'll get you the starting lineups here in a moment as we are ready for our first snap. Blake Elder under center, and the handoff is going to go to the running back, Keontae Smith, number 7. And he picks up a good gain on first down. Gain of 7 on the play.
He was running against the right side. Those are some big boys out there. Caden Krugman, the guard, 6', 254, and Ian Engelhart, the right tackle, at 6', 245, and he's one of the captains.
Starting lineups brought to you by Gehring's Tavern. Postgame meals taste a lot better in Grafton. Go to Gehring's Tavern on Main Street. Elder fakes the handoff. It's going to throw, and that one is complete over the middle. And making the catch is Grant Barr, and he explodes down to the 20.
Boy, Grant Barr broke the first tackle, and it was just off to the races that time. Tracked down by the speed of the Glenville DBs. I believe that was number 21 that got to him. But the bottom line is that, boy, a big gainer.
21.
And Blake Elder hit him in stride, my friend. On the tackle that time was Cordell Scott, just a sophomore.
So gain of 21 on the pitch and catch from Blake Elder to Grant Barr. Your left tackle is number 77, Max Hawk. Your left guard, number 66, Braden Patrick. Your centers, number 52, Jack Fitch. Your right guard, number 72, Caden Krugman. And your right tackle, number 59, Ian Engelhart. You got number 19, Blake Elder, the signal caller. Behind him is number 7, Keontae Smith. And your receivers here tonight, number 3, Sam Ullery. Number 12, Grant Barr. Number 22, Finn Jaderick.
Interesting, Kalen Bailey, the defensive end, came out, and checking in for him as Tyler Murphy, a defensive tackle.
Pass from Elder is complete again as he finds Barr, his favorite connection. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Eagles offense is number 44, Duke Luker, the tight end H-back.
You know, interesting, C.J. Newell, the linebacker, on coverage that time. But did you see how the receiver reached out, used his hands? You're not using your body. You're extending that, looking that ball in, making sure you have it before you start running.
11-yard gain on the pitch and catch for the Glenville Tarblooders defense. They run a 4-3. A defensive end, number 7, Kalen Bailey. Defensive tackle, number 23, DeAndre Taylor. Number 79, Carmelo Williams, is filling in for Jameer Perez, who is out hurt tonight. He is an Ohio State commit. More on him coming up. As Avon's going to take a timeout, it gives me some time to keep talking
Mike Elder not happy at all about having to take a timeout there. There was some confusion in his offense. You know, we like the little sub-stories here with high school football, the things that touch your hearts. Of course, in the offseason, Jeremiah Kelly, former Avon player, had a heart condition, passed away, committed to the University of Cincinnati. On the back of the Avon Eagles helmets, you see the stickers, live like Jeremiah Kelly.
That's right.
And just so touching when I see those, LLJK. And before the game started, when they went out for the coin toss, players walked out holding Jeremiah's jersey. He said, the last time I saw that was when Jeff Brodsky was head coach at Euclid High School. They had a player pass away from internal injuries during a game. They carried that out of the locker room. And frankly, you know what, Dave? It tears me up, man. Gives me goosebumps. It just makes my heart sink to my stomach thinking about a young man just cut down in his prime.
Shows you how important life is every single day. Hashtag Jeremiah Strong here in Avon as we send our thoughts and prayers to the family of Jeremiah Kelly. Finishing up the defense for Glenville, the defensive ends, number 94, Jameer Johnson. Their outside linebackers, number 3, C.J. Newell. Middle linebacker is an Ohio State commit. Number 8, Sincere Johnson. He's only 6'3", 220. He looks like a man out there.
Yeah, he destroys people.
Number 11, Munches, Carter Yancey. Your defensive backfield is number 12, Zane Trent. Number 14, Ashton Gray. Number 4, David Hunter. Number 5, Kellen Price.
You know, interesting, too, because when you look, not very big weight-wise, but those gentlemen fly around in a big, big way. But then you have Barr and some of the receivers got quite a few inches on him for Avon.
So here we go, handoff to Keontae Smith off the right-hand side, and he's going to be brought down quickly on the...
That time, defense closed quickly, and Johnson almost like, you know those machines you put the coins in and you grab toys out? Just grabbed them like that and tossed them to the ground.
Brings up a 2nd and 8 now from the 8-yard line. They're in the red zone, brought to you by Russell Real Estate Services agent Steve Lawson. Check out superstevesells.com. Steve Lawson, a top-producing realtor here in Lorain County. He can help you if you're buying or selling. Check him out. Steve Lawson of Russell Real Estate Services.
Interesting, 79 for the Glenville Tarblooders, handing his towel, Carmelo Williams. He's in for the high ankle sprain out Jameer Perez. But those high ankle sprains are just, they take a long time to heal.
So here we go, 2nd and 8. For the Eagles. Elder drops back. He's got some time, and he's going to roll now off the left-hand side, and closing quickly from the defense is number 11, Cartez Yancey.
Well, Yancey flies over there, 6', 225 linebacker. Blake Elder wisely sneaks out of bounds that time at about the 7-yard line, only a 1-yard gain. I thought he was going to get it quicker than that.
They ran a lot of sideways for that 1-yard gain, right?
9:39 left in the first quarter. Avon on a drive.
Here we go. Elder drops back. He's got plenty of time, and now he's going to roll and looks, drops, and throws, and he's got a man wide open. Number 44, Dylan Luker, in the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, interesting when you have that much time, somebody's going to break open. Coverage broke down, as it does when you have 4, 5, 6 seconds to throw. Actually, it's more like 5 or 6, and bang, Elder found him for the 7-yard touchdown pass.
6-0 in favor of the Eagles as they get ready to bring out the place kicker, number 90. Jensen Petro handles the kickoffs, and their place kicker is number 85, Jude Biebert. Well, they do have Jensen Petro out there, number 90. He is 8 for 8 from extra points.
Make that 9 for 9?
Yeah, well, we got a penalty. Let's see what they say. And it is going to be a penalty against the Tarblooders.
Now, do you try to go for 2 now since you're going to be half the distance to the goal?
No, I think you just go for 1. Take the points.
Or do you decline the penalty and just take that kick? Yeah.
Don't take the points off the board. I would just let it go.
I'm with you, dog. 2 minutes and 17 seconds on that drive for Avon. They started their own 35-yard line as they marched 65 yards.
Go over the scoring drive here in a second, courtesy of Valley Chevrolet in Wellington. It does look like Avon's going to think about it, Munch.
Well, you know what? If you're a yard, half the distance of the goal is a yard and a half, right? You would think that one of those backs, just the line, just needs a little bit of crease and bang, just fly into there.
And Mike's saying, "Where's everybody going? Get back on the field."
Offense is coming back out, bro.
Yeah.
But now I do not have a pipeline down to Mike Elder, okay? I just I was suggesting that if you're a yard and a half out, man, that's mano a mano, you know what I mean?
That is.
You're on Glenville, I'm on Avon. I'm saying, you know what, bro? I could beat you. And you're saying, no, you can't.
Yep.
This is football.
Beat the man in front of you.
Amen.
And this extra point is good from
They
Jensen
still extra
Petro.
pointed.
So we'll take a quick timeout. 9:31 to go. Eagles lead 7-0 here on the Lorain County Sports Network. It was a 6-play, 65-yard scoring drive capped off by an 8-yard touchdown pass from Blake Elder to number 44, Dylan Luker, and it's 7-0 Eagles.
Now here's when it gets fun. How does Glenville respond? And what happens here with the kick returners? Will the ball go out of the end zone? You don't want these gentlemen touching the football because they are electric. Back to receive the kick, Jalen Edwards and London Hearn.
As we get ready for more action here from the Eagles' nest. It's a packed house here. I want to thank everybody for watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. It's completely free. As we got a squib kick, and it's going to be fielded by the 15-yard line, and picking that up for the Tarblooders is DeAnthony Crittenden. And he's going to be dropped at about the 21-yard line, Munch.
Well, you know, he kicked up that squib kick. Now, once again, friend, I feed off of Dave Rivera. He makes me look and sound good. But I just said that I don't see them kicking to one of those guys in the back because every time they touch the football, they're going to push it at least to midfield.
They can hit a home run.
Yes.
We talked to Coach Ginn before the game, talked about every player on Glenville's team runs track or throws shot put or some type of
Is that amazing? Yeah,
that's amazing.
The javelin, the discus.
He said you got to be able to run.
Mm-hmm. Even his big boys.
All right, so let's take a look at the Tarblooder offense for the first time tonight. As Arvell Nelson, number 9, is your quarterback, and he's going to pass it immediately out in the flats. And that's the bowling ball, number 26, Romel Phyllis. 5'9", 160. Looks pretty big out there, Munch.
You know what? When you have 5'9", 160 and his speed, and the young man is very strong too, he plays like a 200-pound back.
Nice pickup there for the Tarblooders.
They got 10. They actually got 11 on that.
So brings up a new set of downs from the 33-yard line. And up quickly is the Tarblooders, and picking up a few yards.
They ran behind Easton Hankins, the 6'4", 260-pound junior left tackle.
It was Romel again, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's interesting because the line is big, but tell you this, Avon's defense, they know how to play too, and those young men are ready for the challenge.
Left tackle, number 78, Easton Hankins. Left guard, number 71, Marquise Whipple. Centers, number 54, Demetrius Roden. Right guards, number 77, Mackay Maddox, and the right tackles, number 79, Carmelo Williams.
And what's interesting, bro, a sophomore is the center. All the rest are upperclassmen.
And we have a penalty here on the snap. Let's see what we got going. Illegal procedure. called against the Tarblooders, so they'll back up.
You know, you got to shout out to the folks from 105th and St. Clair, too. Glenville stands are filled.
They are.
Avon stands are filled.
They are.
How much fun. And you know what? Once this parking lot fills, you're parking in some farmer's cornfield, okay, and walking over here to get to the stadium.
I give these guys, the staff here at the Eagles Nest, credit because there's parking just about every place you could find it.
Shout out to Avon's finest, too, for accommodating all the folks coming to the game tonight.
2nd and 8 from the 35. Nelson drops back. He's pressured. He gets up in the pocket and now finds some room to run for a first down with a pickup of about 10 there on the run.
Boy, great tackle that time. That was an imperative tackle by the Jack linebacker, Ben Strychek, because you know what? Nelson actually ran by some guys right up the gut. That was no trickery at all. He ran right up where the center would be.
Wide receiver number 19, Joe Saffold. Running back number 26, Romel Phyllis. Quarterback number 9, Arvell Nelson. Running back number 31, Devon McDougal. And your receivers, number 14, Elijah Harden, and number 4, Paulie Sadler. As Romel Phyllis gets the handoff again, and we have another penalty before the snap.
On the left side, whoever was split out left, I believe, moved over to left tackle. And I believe it was a gentleman split out left by his body language out there.
And Munch, we do have, somebody filling in for an injured Glenville Tarblooder, maybe causing some confusion there on the snap count.
Because Jameer Perez talked to the young man before the game. Boy, what a delightful fellow. I said, you know what? That big heart of yours, my friend. And when you talk about a big heart, well, how is 6'2", 320 pounds? I said, it breaks when you're not out there. He goes, very much so.
Jameer Perez is also heading to Ohio State, and he's looking to be back sometime this season, suffering an ankle injury. Fumble on the ground, and it looks like the Tarblooders dived on it as the big guy falls on it for Glenville. That was number 77, Mekhi Maddox, who is getting the start today for Perez.
Boy, that was dangerous that time. If you're on the Glenville side, that'll stop your heart in a hurry. Receiver had it, tried to tuck it in, and boy, just tried to get a few extra yards. They got poked out. Good alert defense that time by Avon, but it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Tarblooders.
And we have a brief delay in the action. We'll give you the Avon Eagles starting defense as they run a 3-4 with Lance Dawson, who's committed to Cincinnati, number 99, Max Hawk, number 77, Nolan Robke, number 50. Your linebackers, number 10, Ben Strichik, Jacob Odie, number 28, Ryan Stolarski, number 1, is going to Miami of Ohio. The other outside linebacker is Jackson Brokaw. In the defensive backfield, number 13, Alex Rivera.
Related to you?
Yeah, long-lost cousin.
I love it.
Number 2, Jacob Weatherspoon is heading to North Carolina with Bill Belichick. Trevor Melee is number 18, and Clayton Clapham is number 14 in the backfield.
Oh, my. You know what? That haul, I'm telling you, my friend, I could have picked up 8-10 yards on that one. That was like Moses parting the Red Sea that time.
And Romel Phyllis is having his way early on in this first drive for the Tarblooders as they are driving across into Avon territory.
Boy, that just opened up big time, and nothing fancy. Demetrius Rowden, the center. Marcus Whipple, the left guard. Right guard, Mackie Maddox, and because he is filling in for the wonderful Mr. Perez, and bang. That was like a road grader out there.
8-yard gain from Phyllis, and Arvell Nelson keeps it, and he is piled up, hit by Ryan Stolarski, number 1 for the Eagles.
Stolarski just wrapped him and dropped him like a bad habit that time. My gosh.
Munchie had tons of D1 offers, made his decision to go to Miami of Ohio to be a Red Hawk, and he is definitely a player for the Eagles.
Yeah. Again, the Eagles 1-1 on the year. Glenville comes in at 2-0. And as Ted Gibbs Sr. told us before the game, this is like a championship. This is like playing in the Final Four. And Mike Elder echoed the same thing in a game like this.
No gain. Nelson drops back, steps up in the pocket. He's being chased and dropped down. Guess who? Number 1, Stolarski.
Now, again, Ryan's playing for the purple and gold, okay? But right now he's playing for the Pog, and it's playing of the game early on. We're just in the first quarter, and he's making his case.
As the Eagles defense getting to the quarterback, Arvell Nelson of the Tarblooders.
But Dave, you know what's making that happen? Those are coverage sacks. The receivers, who are very good, they're being locked up, they're being blanketed by the Avon DBs.
We got beautiful field conditions here, brought to you by Lorain County Clerk of Courts Tom Orlando, as it is in the 70s, clear, and the sun's starting to set. Pass complete. Nelson over the middle finds number 19 for the Tarblooders.
That's Saffold. But you know what? I got to tell you something.
Saffold.
Jacob Weatherspoon dodged a bullet that time. He came up with a forearm to the side of Saffold's helmet. I'm surprised there wasn't a sportsmanlike conduct penalty out there. Jacob doesn't need to do that. North Carolina commits. And I'll tell you, after watching Bill Belichick's debut, he needs players like Jacob Weatherspoon.
So Saffold picks up the gain of 14 there. Actually 24 on the pass play. And it's now 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
You know, Nelson looks 6'3", but 170 pounds. That's whippet size, but my gosh, looks a little stockier than that.
Tarblooders in the red zone for the first time tonight, brought to you by Russell Real Estate Services agent Steve Lawson.
6 Tarblooders coaches in the box next to ours, watching intently.
Handoff to Phyllis, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets back, if that, by a swarm of Eagles.
But a big play that time. Number 58, Vinny DiTilio, one of the captains in there. Vinny, 6 foot, 220-pound senior, and he's all fired up.
So it is a loss of 1 on the play. Glenville, long drive here, Munch.
And you know, we talk about eating up the clock. They took over the ball just shy of 9:31. They've already eaten over 5 minutes up on this drive.
Here we go, 2nd and 11 from the 16. Nelson fakes and now is going to run right. He's got room, and he is hit hard as he is brought down by the cornerback, Caden Clampum, number 14.
You know, Clapham saw, even though he's 170, he's got some upper body strength. Made sure he cut him down at the legs.
You could catch this replay, and you could see Caden Clampum getting him right there, as that was a heck of a hit.
Yeah, you're not going to get away from that one when you get your legs taken out from underneath you. Great job by Clapham that time.
Nelson picks up 10.
They still got 10 yards, so you know what? Without the tackle, he's in pay dirt.
It's 3rd and 1 now, Munch, from the 6.
Receivers split on both sides. You got 2 receivers on the near side of the field.
Handoff, Romel Phyllis trying to pick a hole, doesn't find one. Stolarski brings him down. We have a flag.
The flag came flying in from behind the Avon defense, and it's a face mask.
And that's going to be a 1st down for the Tarblooders.
Mike Elder on the sideline, hands on his hip, shaking his head, like seeing your kid break something in the house to the referees, like, no. But, yeah, the flag came out quickly, and they were right there on the spot. Maybe we'll see more of Davon McDougal here, because he's a 5'11", 215-pound running back, although
he's the short yardage guy.
Yeah, 160-pound Phil has done a pretty good job today running between the tackles.
The way he's built, Munch, he looks bigger than,
yes,
he
does.
Than the stats.
Upper body strength is superb.
Here we go. Sweep to Phyllis off the left-hand side. He's in from 1 yard out. Actually 3 yards.
Not giving up on the play that time was the outside man for Alex Rivera, the cornerback playing on that side, but Glenville gets in. 3-yard touchdown run. Is that official?
3-yard touchdown run for Romel Phyllis. And right now it's 7-6 in favor of Avon. And we'll see. Glenville normally is going to go for 2 once they score, as Nelson's looking to Ted Ginn for some advice.
And that drive took 6 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. Well, if you have 0 in, that's in near 11. And
so they are going to kick it now.
Yeah, he's been known to kick the football. 13 is your holder.
Anir Lemon, number 0. No good. Is there another penalty? I thought I seen some laundry.
There is dirty laundry. They're signaling no good, but there's dirty laundry on the field. We'll see what this one is. Oh, Glenville's calling for offense to come back. They think it's going to be against Avon. That ball's going to be moved to the 1.5-yard line.
And they might try for 2 here now. Let's see what, Substitutions coming back on for the Tarblooders.
Well, the regular offense is coming back.
Yeah.
With Arvell Nelson, the quarterback, Phyllis and McDougal, the running backs. With penalties plaguing both sides early this game, it just shows you what a tense game this is. Because you know what? These are two well-coached teams.
Yeah.
These are two very clean football teams.
Emotions running high, Munch?
Brother, high, sky high. I don't want to put a blood pressure cuff on those guys. My blood pressure is high right now.
7-6, and Glenville right now is attempting the 2-point conversion. They're in a pistol set.
From the 1.5-yard line.
Nelson, handoff, Romel Phyllis. Doesn't look to get in. Nope.
Penetration galore that time. That was just amazing. Oh, my.
So, Glenville doesn't get in, and Avon maintains the lead. 7-6. I'll give you a scoring drive courtesy of Valley Chevrolet in Wellington. Coming up next, don't go anywhere. You're watching live and free on YouTube. That was a 14-play, 79-yard scoring drive, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by number 26, Romel Phyllis. And it's 7-6 in favor of the Eagles. We're live from the Eagles' Nest in Avon. Dave Rivera joined alongside Mark Munch Bishop as we get ready for Avon's second offensive possession of the game.
And Inter Lemon is going to be back kicking off this football.
This kickoff is brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Kick off your future with LCCC.
Dave, I look for this ball to go to the man standing on the 25-yard line, dead center in the middle of the field. We'll see if Lemon could boot it over his head.
And back deep to receive, number 11, and that is Caden Bennett. Short kick. Bennett's going to take it from the 20 and gets up to close to the 25-yard line before he's brought down by a host of Tarblooders.
Boy, leading the charge that time for the Tarblooders, and you look at there's quite a few of them. Number 15, Martez Gullett, just a junior. Now, something else talking to Ted Gidd Sr., and we talked about both these fine coaches. He said, Munch, you know what I'm loving? That I am coaching kids of men that I coached, and when they remember them when they were in diapers, and now they're Glenville Tarblooders. That's what family is all about for 105th and St. Clair.
And that's what Ted Ginn is all about, giving back to the community. He said, you know, I never know when I might need help, Munch, and that's why I'm keeping these young kids on their toes so that they can take care of the old guys like us. Elder drops back and passes. A flea flicker as we have Barr open on the 50, makes the catch as the completion was made, or the pass was made by Finn Jordonic, number 22, to Grant Barr.
What a great play, pulling out all the stops, and luckily Jordan Johnson was there. The 5'8", 152-pound DB. That's a diminutive man, but he put a lick on him after a big gain.
Munch, I talked to Mike Elder in the pregame. He said they wanted to focus more on getting Grant Barr the ball. They felt like in the first two games they haven't done a good job of that. That's the game plan tonight, as Grant Barr's got a lot of action.
He's got at least 3 catches unofficially that I have him on, and just catching the football nicely. You know, that play had everyone fooled, including me.
25-yard pitch and catch there on the flea flicker from Avon. As we stay here and bring you more coverage of high school football, let's take a moment to recognize our referees, as they've been getting quite some limelight tonight. Our referees are brought to you by Stringer & Stringer and Gager, personal injury, family law, and workers' compensation cases. Referee tonight, Matthew Hennis. Umpire, Robert Ziefel. Linesman, Mitchell Lempanong. Line judge, Bob Mastronicola. Back judge, Jeff Loncourt. And field judge, James Pichasco.
But everybody's in the house today, Cleveland.com. We saw Channel 19 and 43. Friday night touchdown from Fox. P.J. Ziegler, hopefully he'll be joining us up here in the booth.
Yeah, there's not a seat open here at the Eagles' Nest on the home side of things.
Visitor side is filled in too, my friend.
Yes, as the Tarblooders have traveled and have now packed the seats on the opposite side. 1st and 10 from the 49 now after that 25-yard flea flicker. Elder drops back, and now he's going to tuck it and pass it again. This time to Barr for a first down.
Brother, he drilled that ball between 3 Tarblooders to get it to Barr that time. 10-yard gain. And, boy, they're using him in a big, big way, him being Grant Barr, one of the captains, 6 foot, 196-pound senior.
What did Coach Elder tell you about Blake's accuracy in the pregame, Mark?
He said, give him a little bit of time. He'll pick anyone apart, anyone. And, that's his son, but he goes, right now, no, he's my quarterback.
Elder and the Eagles moving the ball. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. And we have a penalty again. And it's going to be a false start on the Eagles, so they'll go backwards.
Kalen Bailey was in the backfield that time. Sincere Johnson has been kept in check pretty much throughout the game, something that is an anomaly. I've never seen that young man kept in check yet in a football game.
Our team captains are brought to you by Robert H. Garcia, your local all-state agent in Avon. He owns North Coast Insurance Group right here in Avon. If you need some insurance, go check out Robert H. Garcia, your local all-state lender.
Now the referees signaling a stoppage and play. Do we have a Glenville Tarbloods?
Yeah,
so the
the 5 yard,
5 yards comes back the other way. Like I said, these are 2 great teams, 2 clean teams. Just shows you the emotions. And, Dave, how could there not be emotions? Like, so I'm emotional. These are 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old men. Young men, I should say.
That's it. Elder drops back. Throws. He's got Barr deep open. He hasn't come back for it.
You got to throw a flag.
And he caught it, Bunch.
He caught it even though he's in
Wow. Grant Barr is having one hell of a night.
The flag had to be thrown. Jordan Johnson interfered with him, but you have Barr, who's 6 foot, against Johnson, 5'8". I wonder if Barr plays basketball the way he goes up for that football.
He doesn't, but maybe he should. Grant Barr, one of the fastest kids here in Lorain County, as time and time again shining on the track and field, and now doing it here on the football field. What a replay there.
Well, Barr walking off, just intense, going to give him just a little bit of a blow, get some fresh legs to get it back in. And what a game plan so far by the Avon Eagles, attacking one of the strengths of the Glenville Tarbloods. You know what else? Keeping Blake Elder upright.
33-yard pass there from Grant Barr, who is just having one hell of a night so far in this first
6-yard line, bro.
Wildcat, Keontae Smith, number 7, breaks it to the left, and it's going to be brought down as a shoestring tackle saves the day. And that is going to be Jordan Johnson, the cornerback, number 1 for Glenville, stepping up and making the play.
Boy, I'll tell you something. A lot of different players from Glenville settling in and out of that defense. The starters are no longer the starters. Everybody's contributing.
5-yard gain there from Keontae Smith. It's 2nd and 1 now from the 1. And a timeout's going to be called by the Tarblooders. Our timeouts are brought to you by Lorain County Recorder Mike Duran. Securing and organizing real estate documents, that's what him and his staff do. Munch will take a quick timeout. We'll come right back as the Eagles knocking on the door from the 1, ready to score.
Expect a shootout. We may have.
We do got a shootout here, Munch, as Avon leads 7-6 and is looking to put more points on the board. Captains for the Avon Eagles, number 1, Ryan Stolarski, number 2, Jacob Weatherspoon, number 3, Sammy Eulery, number 14, Caden Clapham, as well as number 58, Vinny DiTilio, number 59, Ian Englehart, and number 77, Max Hawk.
It was like an entourage of captains walking out for a coin flip to start the game.
All with Jeremiah
Yeah.
Kelly's jersey. Team captains brought to you by Robert H. Garcia here in Avon.
And for the Tarblooders, Harville Denzel, the quarterback,
Yep.
C.J. Newell, and Sincere Johnson are their captains.
Sincere Johnson, number 8 for the Tarblooders. Keep an eye on him on the defense. He's going to Ohio State next year, ladies and gentlemen. And he is all of 6'3", 230 out there on the field. You could see him in the middle, in the end zone right now, number 8.
Second and one, the bigger back is in right now. Cam Wendell, actually bigger, 5'9", 175, but he plays like he's 220.
And Wendell is in from 1 yard out. Cam is
walked in, my friend.
The short yardage back does it again.
And you know what he did that time, my friend? Nothing tricky. He ran behind Max Houck and Brendan Patrick, the left tackle and left guard. They opened up a big hole for him. He kind of danced into the end zone that time.
Max Hawk getting some D1 looks as well, as you've heard his name a lot over the last 4 years. He's a lineman and creating a hole there for Cam Wendell. As the extra point attempt is blocked there, Munch.
Wow.
You don't see that very often from Avon. And Mike Elder is furious as he has his hat off and he is yelling.
Oh, he doesn't. Somebody missed an assignment if you get an extra point block, and that's not good. You know, it should be as automatic as they come. Glenville had theirs go awry, and bang. Now they turn the tables on Avon, 13-6 Eagles.
So we'll give you that scoring drive as it was 7 plays, 76 yards, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by number 22, Cam Wendell.
2:03 the time of that drive. 13-6 the Eagles. Boy, interesting. Mike Elder pointing out all the stops to try to keep this Glenville defense off balance, and he's done it on the first 2 drives.
As we are set to get this kickoff going, back deep for the Tarblooders. Number 12, London Hearn. Number 2, Jalen Edwards. And number 16, DeAnthony Crittenden.
Brother, could there be a more pleasant night for high school football on a Friday night? That's what it's all about.
No, man. Current game time temperatures right here at Avon are 70 degrees still.
And we have just a little bit of wind. It has died down in a big, big way. 13 miles an hour.
Hearn picks it up and gets it out past the 20, makes a man miss, and he's up to the 30 before he's brought down. A late flag, and we got a fumble, it looks like.
I think it'll be wiped out because the penalty will be on Avon.
As they're trying to sort it out on the field.
If you have 4 Avon players there and 1 returner.
Avon has the ball. Referee's looking to get confirmation, but there is a penalty, so let's see what that is first.
If it's against Avon,
and now
another penalty for them taking the ball and going off in excessive celebration.
So
are they saying it's Avon's ball? Interesting.
I think they got to sort things out here.
Yes, they do. And Mike Elder out there, referee's pushing him to the sideline. Elder grabbed his head, like not liking what the decision has been made. We'll find out here. Are they giving these refs extra pay today because they're earning it early on?
Yeah, good thing we shouted them out just a few minutes ago. As you're seeing the replay here on the screen.
And the referee scolding Mike Elder to get back on the sideline.
All right, so they're picking the flag up.
No, I always wonder, though, when you pick a flag up, why do you throw it in the first place?
Unsportsmanlike conduct on
Glenville.
No, he switched it. It's the Avon.
Yeah, thank you. It can't be on Glenville. One guy got tackled by 5. I don't think he's going to start a fight.
But it will be Avon ball.
They're going to march it back 15.
Which would have started close to the red zone's not going to back them up, but they're still in Tarblooder territory.
And you know what? What do? Well, you throw the ball immediately to Grant Barr. You try to strike it in the end zone. Still sorting things out there. Mike Elder was asked to go back to the sideline. Mike is fired up as he should be. Don't have any idea what happened that time. Now, the first flag got picked up. The second flag was unsportsmanlike conduct by the Avon Eagles. I'd like to know what the first flag was.
Very interesting first quarter of play as we have 50 seconds left here. And a fumble by Glenville is our first turnover of the game.
Still the first quarter of play. We'll see where Avon is going to start their third drive of the game. On the 45-yard line of Glenville.
Munch, did you see who picked up that ball for the Eagles?
I did not.
There was a scrum down there. And
there was 4 or 5 Avon players that hit the returner that time.
They got the lights flashing here at the Eagles' nest, ladies and gentlemen. I promise it's not the camera.
And it's not lightning.
Elder going to get things going again. It's their third offensive possession.
13-6 Avon.
Finn Jordanic in motion, number 22, and Elder is going to throw it away, and Sincere Johnson's going to get hit.
Rightfully so.
With a unnecessary penalty.
Boy, he threw a little bit of a shiver to
That's old school football, Munch.
Killian
not
Hassey.
2025 football.
Yeah, you know what? If he got him in the chest, maybe, but that was pretty much a forearm. I thought maybe that was the Arn Anderson or Tully Blanchard from WWE days.
That was a John Cena clothesline right there, Munch.
Boy, the Four Horsemen are one of my favorites. You know that? And now it gets marched back to the 30-yard line. So, boy, a 15-yard penalty, huge penalty. And really the first time we've called Sincere Johnson's name.
And not for a good thing.
No. And Sincere knows that.
1st and 10 from the 30. Elder with Keontae Smith behind him. Jordanic is in motion. Hand off to Keontae Smith, and he's going to get dropped immediately after a gain of a few. Stepping up was Aaron Scales, the free safety, number 6.
Boy, Scales did a good job of getting in there in a hurry.
Gain of 2 on the run there.
And we're inside of 20 seconds. This play should finish off the first quarter of play, but one never knows in a game of this magnitude.
Man in motion. And up the middle goes
Keontae Smith, great run.
Smith again.
Running behind the right side this time, Caden Krugman, Ian Engelhart, Jack Fitch the center.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Avon leads 13-6 here from the Eagles Nest. Don't go anywhere. More action as it's the Legacy Home Finance Game of the Week here on YouTube. Let's take a look at that scoring drive, courtesy of Valley Chevrolet in Wellington. Not many plays there, Munch, as it was 3 plays, capping off 55 yards, and it's going to be a 7-yard touchdown run by Keontae Smith. Well, that's where our last play was, as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Avon threatening now from the 28-yard line on a 7-yard run by Keontae Smith.
13-6. It seems like there's been more action to that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Back and forth, like you said, Munch. It was a action-packed first quarter. Glenville's only had the ball one time, Munch.
Yeah, they had it for 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
So now Avon comes back onto the field on this drive, which started at the 45. And now it's 3rd and 1 from the 21. Keontae Smith takes it off the left-hand side, makes a man miss, gets around the corner, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds, picks up the first down. We do have a flag. We'll see what that is.
Boy, more dirty laundry on the field coming all the time.
It's a holding call, Munch.
It's going to be against Avon. It's going to come back. Yes, indeed. Number 30 had a good shot at Smith that time. Tyler Murphy, defensive lineman. Just couldn't bring him down. Boy, crushing penalty that time.
A lot of uncharacteristic penalties here by both teams, Munch.
Emotion.
Yeah.
9-yard gain is wiped out. 3rd and 11 now.
From the 31. Blake Elder has Keontae Smith on his left-hand side. 2 receivers to the bottom. Grant Barr's in motion. What do we got?
They're pointing at 23 of the Tarblooders who came flying in there, DeAndre Taylor.
No, they're going to say it's a false start on Avon again.
They'll have to be the left guard, and that's who Taylor's playing over, Brandon Patrick. So another 5 yards. Avon going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Mike Elder, cool and calm and composed now. I think he's got everything out of his system early on.
3rd and 16 now from the 36-yard line.
This is when you have to shoot a linebacker to try to get to Blake Elder and get him some pressure.
Elder's got Keontae Smith. Jordanic's the man in motion. And they're going to look over to the offensive coordinators, get the play after they see what the defense is lined up in. And now
Elder's going to call timeout for another one. Oh.
It's a chess match here early on, Munch.
I'm glad you said it. So many times coaches say to me, what's interesting is that as I go to make a move, if you're playing a good coach and a good team, he's made the move before me, so I've got to alter and counter. But this is why you've got two great coaches in this game, and Coach Elder and Coach Ginsey.
These two guys respect the hell out of each other.
Oh, dude, no doubt about it.
This is their 5th time meeting. They're both members of the Build the Bridge program, fostering and helping their kids connect with other kids from the inner city and from around Northeast Ohio, and it's a great job. Both of these coaches have so much respect for each other. And again, man, it was a pleasure meeting him today.
Isn't he
first
special?
time. Yeah, first time.
And it's funny, too, because even Dan DeRazio, the legendary Cuyahoga Heights Redskins at the time, the coach was here because he went over to Glenville sideline. He said he's getting the CFA, FCA Fellowship of Christian Athletes started again. He retired about a year ago. It went by the wayside. He goes, you know what? I'm jumping back in feet first. So shout out to Dan DeRazio.
Yep.
Really, really one of the great
They have
coaches.
a great CFA here with Avon.
I got to shout out to his son, Zach, one of Avon's finest. Has nothing to do with him giving me preferential parking when I come to the games. I'm media. I got to get in there close so I can get in and cover.
That's right. And it's a packed house here today at the Eagles Nest. Glad you're watching at home on YouTube. 3rd and 16.
Huge, Dave.
Yeah, here goes Elder dropping back. And almost picked off as number 6, Aaron Scales, broke up the play for the Tarblooders.
Boy, Scales, one of those guys, not a starter by trade, but they have a lot of talent in the defensive backfield, and Scales is over there in a hurry. He's a strong safety by trade. Just to show you how tough he is, 5'7", 155 as a strong safety.
And the kid can play. Brings up a 4th and 16, and it looks like the Eagles are going for it.
They don't want to punt. They want to make sure that they do something. I wouldn't doubt if there's just a simple handoff to the running back, Keontae Smith, in the backfield, trying to eat up some yards. Only a 3-man line now for the Tarblooders. They went to extra DBs.
Jordanic, the man in motion. Elder drops back on this long 4th down. He's got a man going deep and too deep as over the head of intended receiver Grant Barr.
And great defense that time. Glenville had a short guy and a guy behind him. The safety played that beautifully.
So turnover on downs for Avon, and Glenville will get the ball at their own 36 to start this series.
Aaron Scales was involved in that one again with Paulie Sadler. Great coverage. You got him deep, you got him short. Elder would have had to place that ball perfectly, and the Glenville DBs were there to stop.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have our Health Markets Insurance Halftime Show, brought to you by local insurance agent Jeff Allison in Amherst. We'll also have a very special guest joining me in the booth, a business owner here in Avon, as Robert H. Garcia, your local Allstate agent, will be joining us to tell you about what's going on at his practice.
For only Glenville's second drive.
As Glenville picks up a few, maybe one or a loss of one is where they spot them.
Yeah, he got collapsed.
Gain. Yeah, no gain.
They collapsed in a hurry on that one.
So no gain for Phyllis. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 36. Arvell Nelson is your quarterback. Behind him, Romel Phyllis. Handoff. And actually, that is McDougal now. So Devon McDougal, number 31, is getting the workload.
Good run that time off the right side of the line. And when you talk about the right side of the line, that's Mackie Maddox, who is replacing the great lineman, Mr. Perez, and also Carmelo Williams, the right tackle.
Well, remember we kept asking when we were going to see Devon McDougal, and it looks like Ted Ginn had a plan. It's run the one running back, Romel Phyllis, and then put in a fresh guy, Devon McDougal.
Little thunder and lightning.
Yep. And here's McDougal stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, somebody jumped on his back, and he was not giving him up that time.
Tackles made by a swarm of Eagles as we had Jerry Clements in there, number 5.
He led the charge that time.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting to show you how deep the Eagles are. Clements, not even one of the starters, but he got out there and made a huge, huge tackle.
So loss of 3 there. Brings up a 4th and 7 now for the Tarblooders.
That happened quickly, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Arvell Nelson. And they're going to punt the ball as Lemon kicks it away. And it's going to take a Glenville bounce. And it's going to stop at about the 26, 27-yard line for the Eagles.
Glenville did not even have that ball for 2 minutes on their second possession. This will be Avon's 4th possession in the game in the second quarter of play.
13-6 is your score. 9:51 left to play in this first half as you're watching the Legacy Home Finance Game of the Week. Legacy Home Finance, your local, reliable, trusted lender.
Well, Dave, Glenville's offense just cannot get started. They're going to have to kick-start it somehow. I believe they're going to have to see Arvell Nelson starting to throw the football out to Joe Saffold, the transfer from St. Ed's, who actually beat Massillon in overtime, running just a phenomenal route.
So you got a St. Ed's transfer coming to Glenville. That's pretty big. Elder, wide receiver screen to Grant Barr, and gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1.
I think they lost 1 or 2 that time. Great pursuit. You know, I am not a big fan of that wide receiver screen. If a guy's standing still, I'm as fast as him, okay? And I'm not very fast these days. You know, low hurdles were my forte in high school, but that's just a few years ago.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 now for the Eagles as they're going to say no gain on the play.
9:18 and a half, 13-6 Avon.
Elder.
Oh, my!
Handoff, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. Number 23 for Glenville.
DeAndre Taylor, 6'4", 245-pound, the senior. My gosh, did you get the license plate on that truck that hit him that time? That's what Taylor was.
It said Taylor.
Oh, he stood him up. And you know what made that happen? He got penetration. He shredded and shedded 2 linemen that time, something you don't see very often.
Was that Cam Wendell on the carry?
Yes.
Okay.
Big play, a lot of time left in the half. Glenville cheerleaders getting a rousing ovation as they come over to the Avon side to welcome themselves, make the Tarblooders presence felt in Lorain County. 3rd and 13 now, Dave.
Loss of 3 there on the run, Lunch.
On their own 24. And my golly.
Another time out and another Avon coach screaming from the sidelines as there is miscommunication on this 3rd down play.
What else did Mike Elder tell us? They have to stay according to the plan. They stay according to the plan. They can win this football game. Right now, when you have the penalties that they're having, well, they're not staying to the plan, and that's why the coaches are upset.
Another timeout called by Avon, and they want to talk it over.
You know, what you see here, 13-6, has it been, I won't call it sloppy. I would say emotion-filled with more flags than I expected to see. But these are 2 great teams. But you would think they'd be noted for their offense. Right now, the defenses are ruling this football game.
Yeah, and you know what they say, early on in the season, it's usually the defense that's ahead of the offense, and you're seeing that here early on. Low-scoring game as 13-6 is our score here in the second quarter. And like Munt said, a lot of penalties, a lot of emotions, a lot of confusion here early on, but still a great game, and we're happy you're along with us.
And if you're Avon, right now they've only had the ball for 59 seconds here on this drive. You don't want to give it back up to Glenville this deep in your own territory.
Elder drops back, and now he's going to roll to his left. He's got a receiver going deep, and he's going to send. Intended receiver was Jordanic.
Oh my! If you're going to have a pass interference on that,
yeah,
the ball was uncatchable.
But they don't count. They don't consider that in high school.
But you know what else too? Maybe it was uncatchable because they grabbed out the receiver.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if it's uncatchable if there's still a
Well,
penalty.
I'm going to call Tim Strait, though, with the OHSAA because that's a silly rule.
That's right.
If a ball's 20 yards over the guy's head and he was getting popped one time, I mean, come on. But again, penalty is a penalty. And very, very tragic for Glenville to pick up that penalty. It will be from the line of scrimmage, though, not in the defensive back.
That's right.
See, I told you keep me straight.
So it's going to be
3rd and 13 now.
Yeah, 3rd and 13 now from the 24-yard line. Not much movement on this drive. It's the 3rd play right now.
I have the Muntz laws. We'll talk about them as we go along here.
Look at this formation, Muntz. 4 receivers to the left. Empty backfield. 1 receiver to the right. It's to get Barr in single coverage, but that pass was off the mark.
The ball was behind him, and I'll tell you why. Great pressure coming right up the gut that time for Glenville. Walking slowly away. And one of the big linemen penetrated. You don't see that very often, a guy getting that much of a shove. 79, Carmelo Williams, who's filling in for Jameer Price. Well, he just blew through a couple guys.
It's going to bring on the punting unit for the Eagles. Jensen Petro will handle those duties.
1 minute and 44 seconds for Avon to hold the ball. Mike Elder's not going to be happy with that.
Excuse me, that was Trevor Sikora that they had out there, number 15. As Trevor gets off a good punt to back the Glenville Tarblooders up here on this next drive.
I'll tell you this, the Avon defense ready and willing to get back out there on the field.
They're going to start from their own 34-yard line, as this just their 3rd offensive possession of the night, as the first one that they had took 9.5 minutes.
And after that, they've been shut down.
Yeah. As they had a 14-play, 79-yard opening drive. That's your scripted one, right, Munch?
Mm-hmm.
Your first 15 plays scripted?
Amen. And then tell you what, there were brilliant plays too. Shout out to Mike Elder and that Avon coaching staff for getting that done. Boy, I like this when the time for the defense to get on the field. Trevor Malley, the senior DB, he was out there before he yelled at his troops. Come on, guys, let's go.
Arvell Nelson is your quarterback for the Tarblooders. And the man in motion is Romel Phillips, who's back in the ball game. He picks up a block, and now he breaks a tackle, and he goes out at about the 36-yard line.
Brilliant tackle that time. Getting over there in a hurry was Jacob Weatherspoon. Boy, they needed them. If not, you know what? He was off to the races that time.
As Witherspoon makes the play.
And he being Romel Phillips.
He's going to pick up 10 yards there on the play. No, 5, excuse me. 5-yard run brings up a 2nd and 5.
But that was a quick hitter, and the blocking was very good on that. For Weatherspoon to shed it and get over there was brilliant by Jacob.
And Romel breaks a tackle, and now is fighting ahead for positive yardage. Almost gets a first down after picking up 4 yards on a play that looked like it was going nowhere, Munch.
Boy, Trevor Malley had a shot at him. He couldn't hold on to him. 58 was in there. Vinny Datillo, he couldn't get him either. Should be a first down for the Tarblooders.
Or close to it.
3rd and 1, they're saying.
They need...
Brother, that is a short one.
And you're going to see Arvell Nelson probably just sneak it here. And he does.
The Tarblooders version of the tush push, my friend.
It looks like initial progress. He got it.
Boy, Nathan Peters escorted him back to the 30-yard line after Nelson picked up the first down.
Glenville coaches next to us in the box not happy that Arvell Nelson got thrown backwards like that.
We'll see where they set the ball.
It is going to be a first down.
It'll be interesting to see. They have it marked. Yeah, 1st and 10. Yeah, it has to be a first down. Boy, not by much.
No, just the nose of the ball, I'd say.
Yeah, because they started on their own 32, right?
Yeah.
7:03 and counting left in the first half. 13-6. Avon. The Eagles' Nest is rowdy.
Yeah.
And
this
both
is
sides.
A big heavyweight matchup here. Division II, Division IV champs going at it. And this pass is complete off the right-hand side. That is number 14. Let me get my...
Elijah Harden,
the wide receiver, 6'2", 185-pound junior making that catch and making the first down.
That was a play I saw in the past. A young man who was at Ohio State now, Demario Witten, the tight end, just kind of floats out there. It's not a bubble screen because the guy's going off the line of scrimmage, but Nelson hit him perfectly.
Former Glenville Tarblooder, current Ohio State Buckeye. McDougal in at running back now, and the bigger back fixes hole and picks up a few.
Boy, I like when you see those big guys in the middle of the line getting off the ground kind of slow, getting an assist from their teammates. Well, Avon is tough in the middle of the line. You know, that was a linebacker coming up to put the wham on him that time. Looks like Nathan Peters.
They only got one there on the run is what they're going to give McDougal. Brings up a 2nd and 9.
Saffold has been kept fairly quiet today. Paulie Sadler, one-on-one on the near side of the field, the wide side. He's going to look at Sadler.
Arvell.
Oh, my, brilliant!
What a pick by number 14, Caden Clampa.
That was special. That was a special play that time by Clapham. Senior, 5'8", 167 pounds. He used all that to stretch and bring it in. Referee signaling immediately because some people thought he might have been out of bounds, but that is a pick. And 1st and 10 for the Avon Eagles. They turn the Tarblooders away.
Second turnover of the night for the Tarblooders. And it's going to give the ball back to Avon in their own territory.
Oh, my. You know, I called it that Harden was out there one-on-one, but, boy, the ball was a little overthrown, and great defensive positioning that time by Clapham. 5th possession for Avon.
This first snap of the series from Avon is presented by Janasco Insurance. The protection you need, the service you deserve.
They're on their own 15-yard line.
Here go the Eagles. Handoff, fake, as looks like it's going to be Elder keeping it off the right-hand side.
They just wanted to get some yardage to get out of that hole. He didn't get too many that time.
No, that wasn't Elder. That was a different, that was like Trevor Malley who was in there.
Elder's 19, Malley's 18, so that's some confusion, yeah. Malley's backup quarterback, the senior 5'10", 168-pounder. That's some punishment to take running between the guard and tackle.
Absolutely. He only gets one on the run. Here we go. Elder drops back, looks. He's got Barr. Nice back shoulder pass and catch. Wow.
Barr made that happen. The pass may be, it was back shoulder, but a little behind him, right there on the spot. Good job, too. The coverage was intense by Jalen Edwards, but the pass was perfect.
Put it where only his man could catch it.
Barr made the catch. You know what? Glue fingers on him. He's as good as I've seen this year.
Yeah, Grant Barr is having a day today, the 6', 200-pound senior.
And you were told by Coach before the game, Coach Elder, that they wanted him to get the ball more. He's touched it at least 6 times today. That's unofficial, of course.
Here, pass to Keontae Smith. He's leveled as Jordan Johnson comes up from his cornerback position to say hello.
Jordan Johnson, 5'8", 152. He didn't hit like 5'8", 152.
He laid the lumber there, Munch.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to see if there's any bricks missing from one of the construction sites over there. That was like a sack of bricks leveling him. And it's interesting, too, because, you know, Johnson was going strictly for the tackle that time. That ball could have been picked off. I know woulda, coulda, shoulda, but Johnson wanted to make sure he got his man.
2nd and 10 from the 34. Elder drops back. Got a man. And that is going to be Caden Clampa, number 14, on the reception.
Well, why not? Clampa made the interception. Let him touch the ball on offense, too. They picked up 5 on that one. 3rd and 5. This is a huge play for both sides. I know Avon's up 13-6, but they want to keep the drive going. Glenville's eager to get back on the field.
I think they want to keep some more time coming off this clock as well. 13-6 as the sun is setting here in Avon. And we got a good one. Handoff. And I believe that's Wendell up the middle.
Yeah, he got 2 maybe. We'll see. But they definitely did not get a first down. They're going to have to punt the ball. Are they going to try for it back there on 4th and 3?
We'll see. It looks like they are, man.
Wow. 4th and 2 on their own 42. They're confident their defense can stop Glenville. I think he's going to give a different cadence on the count, try to draw the Tarblooders offside.
There you go. 4th and 2.
Yep, that's exactly what he did.
And he got it.
Yep. The left tackle, 23, who jumped in there, just moved briefly. DeAndre Taylor, 6'2", 245-pound senior.
Got to hold your water there,
Oh,
Bunch.
my. What little I know, I just knew that's what they're going to do, something with the cadence, with the count. Gave the hand clap, no snap, and bang.
Well, it's happened so many times already in this first half that Elders picked up on it and said, let's see if we can get them again. Here we go, a free first down.
Huge first down for the Avon Eagles. You know, that's called confidence in my offense.
Running formation for Avon, and they're going to do a reverse to the receiver, number 12. That is Grant Barr. And Barr picks up 1 on the reverse.
Well, he got stuck big time.
So they try to get Grant Barr involved in the run game, and nowhere to go there. I'm going to give him 2 yards on the run.
3:12 left in the half. A lot of action for a 13-6 football game.
A lot on the line. Computer points up for grabs as you have a Division II defending state champion and a Division IV defending state champion going at it.
Who won back-to-back, yeah.
That's right.
In 22 and 23.
Elder steps up, lets it fly. Not sure who that one was attended to because there was no receiver in the area.
Well, you know, Elder got hit from behind just as he threw. And that was a real nice defensive play that time by a big young fella coming in from Glenville. That was DeAndre Taylor. We've said his name on more than one occasion. It's weird when you see a defensive tackle number 23.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, is that
He's
a linebacker or is that
off.
a DB? No, that's a young man that's only 6'2", 245 pounds.
3rd and 8 from the 49.
Huge play again, aren't they all?
Yep. Elder drops back. He's got pressure coming, and they're going to get a holding.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And the pass is incomplete as Max Hawk is going to get called for the holding, number 77.
If I'm Glenville, I decline the penalty and make them punt. You don't want to give them another shot with what Blake Elder's been doing to you.
Yeah, let's see what they do.
With Barr and Elder together. I decline that penalty. We'll see.
It doesn't look like Glenville's declining. It looks like they're going to take it.
They're marching back further. So, you know, maybe they're getting the feeling that they could stop Barr, they could stop Elder. So they stopped the running game pretty good.
Yeah. It has been the passing game that's been the bright spot here so far for Avon.
You know what, though, is interesting, too, Dave? A hold like that, okay, it's a penalty, but it's called self-preservation, too,
right.
Keeping your quarterback from getting planted.
So Elder is going to send out the punt team and live to fight another day.
So they did decline it after all.
Yeah. Good punt there by
Great
Trevor
punt.
Sikora. And it's returned by number 12, London Hearn, who's going to get the ball out.
Well, Hearns has been all over the place today.
Trying to see where they're going to spot this ball for the Tarblooders. Looks to be
Glenville just their 4th possession.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to start them off at the 20-yard line.
On their own 20 to get things going. Tarblooders will have a little over 2 minutes to work with.
Before we get into our Health Markets Insurance halftime show brought to you by local insurance agent Jeff Allison in Amherst. Don't go anywhere. We'll rate the dog, courtesy of Brian Victor at Howard Hanna, as Arvell Reese goes up the middle for a first down, but pays the price.
He got licked pretty good, but the Avon defense is, some of the leaders on the defense say, come on, guys, you can't part the Red Sea like that.
That was Weatherspoon there, partner number 2, the North Carolina commit, who came in and laid the lumber.
He certainly did, and that was a good, clean hit, too.
It's going to be a pickup of 11 there for Reese, or for Nelson, excuse me.
Bill Belichick's asking for a new hoodie with that recruit coming his way.
And Weatherspoon was committed to Ohio State and flipped, Munch. Went to visit Bill Belichick and said, I think I'm going with the hoodie. Handoff.
Sheer power running that time. Only got 2 or 3, but my gosh, 2 lines colliding.
As that was a new ball carrier. That was Jalen Edwards, number 2 for Glenville, and now Romel Phillips is going to come in.
We haven't seen Edwards yet today.
No. I think they're trying to keep fresh legs in there, Munch.
Oh, my, that play was snuffed out.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
You know what
Big
that's
tackle.
called? That's called staying in your zone. Alex Rivera.
Yes.
Your distant cousin making that tackle.
distant cousin making the tackle there for the Eagles. And it's going to bring up a big 3rd and 9.
And you know what? What a tackle it was, because I'm going to tell you something. Romel Phillips had to crease that time. Rivera closed quickly. If not, that was going to be a big gainer that time. And Glenville coach
Romel Phillips has been hard to bring down all night.
That's why Rivera, that's why the tackle was extra special. And Rivera's way out on a wide receiver. He sensed that immediately, as he's been playing one-on-one up. Paulie Sadler out there.
Timeout called by the Tarblooders as they don't like the defensive alignment that the Eagles are showing them. So with 43 seconds left before half, we'll take a timeout. You're watching the Lorain County Sports Network live and free on YouTube. Munch, you mentioned it. Glenville got some work to do here.
On offense, definitely. I mean, against Massillon, it went to overtime. They got the touchdown, Arvell Nelson to Joe Saffold. But right now today, the Avon Eagles defense has just been swarming. Max Hauk and the guys down in the trenches really winning the battle so far. I'm wondering, too, how much a difference it is without Mr. Perez out there on the offensive line.
That is very true. Sweep to a new ball carrier as number 13 is Gary Pritchett.
Just a sophomore.
So they're showing you some young legs right now, is the Tarblooders.
We only gained 3, my friend.
So Gary Pritchett.
4th and 6, you've got 22 seconds. Then let this clock tick down.
So I think they're content with going to the locker room down 1 possession.
And Glenville gets the ball to start the second half.
Absolutely. They won the toss and deferred to start things off, and that's how this first half's going to end. 13-6 in favor of the Eagles. Don't go anywhere. Our Health Markets Insurance halftime show is coming up next. I'll have a very special guest up here with me, and we'll give you stats courtesy of Al Januzzi CPA, as well as Rating the Dog, courtesy of Brian Victor at Howard Hanna. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back here on YouTube. Welcome back to our Health Markets Insurance halftime show as it's 13-6 in favor of the Avon Eagles. And joining me now in our broadcast booth, brought to you by Green Path CPA Solutions, is a new partner that we have here with us for this high school football season. Robert H. Garcia is joining me up here in the press box. He is your local all-state insurance provider here in Avon. Robert, thank you so much for joining us here in the broadcast booth. You enjoying the game so far tonight?
Absolutely. What an amazing circumstance. I just can't get over the crowd. If you're not here tonight, you're really missing out.
Yeah, they have the everything packed here at the Eagles Nest. It's a great turnout. And what I love so much is the community engagement. I mean, we've seen all the little kids running out onto the field to start the game, and Munch and I were just laughing because we couldn't believe it. Everybody in town is here tonight in Avon, and it's great to show the community support.
Amazing atmosphere. I can't say enough about it.
So tell us about what's going on. North Coast Insurance Group, your local all-state insurance provider. Tell the people where you're located, where they can find you, and what are some of the services you're providing.
Yeah, so this actually is a perfect time to discuss. We just moved this past week.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. To a wonderful location. We are immediately adjacent to Peace, Love, and Little Donuts.
Love it.
At 37300 Detroit Road. We're in Suite 2. Peace, Love, and Little Donuts is in Suite 1. So if you're ever in the area, please stop in. I'm happy to take you across the way and buy you some donuts and coffee.
I was going to say, you're going to have to watch your diet now, partner.
That's why I'm doing one meal a day. So
Don Collier at Peace, Love, and Donuts, great guy. He's a partner of ours as well. Good to see you moving over there. What have you been seeing in the insurance world? What are some of the things maybe that are most important that our listeners and watchers need to see today?
Yeah, so over the past few years, definitely seeing an increase in premiums for both home and auto.
Yeah.
And the other thing, too, is sometimes people aren't looking very carefully at some of their coverages and or deductibles because, for example, homeowners deductibles are in some cases changing to a percentage of your dwelling coverage, which can be quite a bit. You know, even if you're at 1 or 2%, you're talking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 deductibles, and in some cases people don't even realize it.
Wow.
So that's why it's so important to review that. Happy to look over that for you at any point in time.
How often should people get a new quote from a new insurance agency to possibly save money?
Well, I would say at least every 6 months, if that's how often your auto insurance renews. In some cases, auto insurances and homeowners insurance renews usually every year. Yeah. But in some cases, auto renews once a year. So whatever time frame that is.
So if you feel like you're being overcharged by your current provider here today, let me introduce you to a local guy, Robert H. Garcia, who takes pride in what he does, and he helps you decide what you need. You're not there to just say, hey, you need to buy this package and that package and that package. You actually talk to them and see exactly what their needs are.
Definitely. That's really important. And if you truly care about service as well, I actually give people my personal cell phone number. So that way, if you need to get in touch with me after hours or on the weekend for whatever reason, happy to help in any way we can. And we'll be very straightforward with you. If you're better off where you're currently at, we'll tell you that. Okay, we'll say, stay where you're at, and maybe we could check it again in 6 months or a year.
Honesty is the best policy, and Robert H. Garcia says he'll give you that if you stop on by North Coast Insurance Group. Give the address, give the website. How can people call you to maybe get a quote?
Yeah, so address again is 37300 Detroit Road, Suite 2 here in Avon, the corner of French Creek and Detroit Road.
Yep.
The phone number, our office phone number is 440-934-8300, and we're usually in the office from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then if you want to call me on my cell phone, you're more than welcome. That's 440-670-3375.
Your local all-state insurance guy is here to help you every step of the way. That's Robert H. Garcia, owner of North Coast Insurance Group. That's him. That's his logo. You see it there on the screen. Robert, thank you so much for being a partner here with us, and we look forward to seeing you and talking to you again here soon.
Dave, thank you so much for this opportunity. This is absolutely amazing. And the last thing I'll say is if you run into me, please ask me about Go Giver. I'd love to discuss that with you.
Absolutely. Robert H. Garcia, a proud supporter of high school football here in Lorain County. Go check him out. North Coast Insurance Group in Avon. We'll be right back here from the Eagles Nest.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting your 2025 Avon Mighty Eagle Marching Band and Color Guard. The band is under the direction of Mr. Ethan Aragar with assistants Mr. Brian Hurston, Mr. Aidan Jones, and Miss Susan Pack, and Color Guard instructor Mrs. Laurel Mitchell. The band is led on the field by senior fielding commanders Maitland Keene and Colin Myers. For tonight's performance, the band will be performing 3 of our 4 movements of our 2025 competition show. Music for our show is taken from the Ecstasy of Gold, composed by Ennio Morricone, and The Storm-Driven Sea and Flocks a Mile Wide, composed by Christopher Tan. We'll feature Sophia Byers on euphonium and tuba solos, our saxophone trio of Nathan White, Joe Barnhart, and Ben Wagner, a flute duet with Mia Garrett and Emily Prusak, and our percussion section in tonight's performance. We hope you enjoy True North.
Welcome in live to the CPA Solutions broadcast booth as it's 13-6 in favor of Avon. It's been a good back and forth game. Dave Rivera joins alongside Mark Munch Bishop. Thanks for tuning in to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's completely free thanks to all of our partners like the one you just heard from, Robert H. Garcia, your all-state provider in Avon. Munch, Avon got off to a quick start, up 7-0. Tarblooders were able to answer back, and then Avon took the lead again, and that's where we're at, 13-6.
Yeah, offensively, Avon has dominated the first half of play, but only 2 scores. Missing that extra point, getting a block did not make Mike Elder very happy. Both coaches as intense as their teams today. I will say this, Avon has pulled out all the stops so far today on offense. It's gotten them a lead of 13-6. Glenville, conversely, cannot solve the middle of that line. I wonder how much of that has to do with Mr. Perez being out, the big right guard. But the bottom line is they need to get the ball to Joe Saffold just a little bit more. Arvell Nelson, a fine passer. They got to get Saffold in some space in a crease. But Avon's defense, when Mike Elder told us before the game that Glenville's defense is the best he'd ever seen, I got to put Avon's right up there with them. Yeah,
Ryan Stolarski flying all over the field here tonight. Let's take you through the scoring as we had a 8-yard touchdown pass from Blake Elder to number 44, Dylan Luker. Then we had a 1-yard touchdown run by Cam Wendell with the extra point blocked. That's your 13 points. On the other side for the Tarblooders, they had a 3-yard touchdown run by number 26, Romel Phyllis, who's been having himself a great game running the ball so far. But that's all of the scoring we've had. And as Munch mentioned, Glenville, a little one-dimensional, needs to start throwing the ball, especially to that transfer from St. Ed's, Joe Saffold, who has 1 catch here in this first half.
And we saw the semblance of a tight end pass. Like I said, they used to run to Witten, the Ohio State team member. Now they need to get something opened up a little bit more. And I'll tell you this, Avon's defense, especially the front 7, has been very, very stout.
So you're in our halftime show brought to you by Health Markets Insurance Agent Jeff Allison out there in Amherst. If you're uninsured, what are you waiting for? He takes care of Medicare, the 401ks, all that good stuff. He can help you through the process. If you have questions about your insurance coverage, dental, vision, Medicare, health insurance, that's the guy to go to, as Jeff Allison in Amherst can help you. Our Al Januzzi CPA stats of the game, you just heard them, as we have 3 touchdowns here so far tonight. Avon leads 13-6. And, of course, it's time to rate the most important thing. That was our halftime lunch there, Munch, courtesy of Brian Victor at Howard Hanna. Normally we get a hot dog, but with the concession stands being so crowded here tonight, we settled for some Marco's Pizza.
You know what? And it was delightful, yeah.
All right.
I just finished off my cold piece a little while ago because, you know what? Duty calls first, and this is it's such a special game to do. You know what's even better, too? When you look on the back of the parents' T-shirts, we just saw that Mrs. Stolarski, the mother of the fine linebacker for the Avon Eagles, and it's just, you know, this is what high school football is all about. Friends, neighbors, grandma, grandpas, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, they're all here, and both sides of the stands. I mean, 105th and St. Clair is not a close drive out here to Lorain County and Avon. Shout out to Glenville faithful. Because the Tarblooders, you know, as they like to say around that part of the town, whack thud Tarblood. They're out here supporting their guys, but not an empty seat on the Avon side. And I like those little seat backs they have for the season ticket holders.
Absolutely. The Avon Booster Club showing up here in full effect. We're live from the Eagles Nest as we are bringing you a good one. It's 13-6 in favor of Avon. We're going to take a quick break. We'll leave the band and cheerleaders on the screen for you. And we'll be right back with more good football coverage here soon. Don't go anywhere. We are live and getting ready for this second half to start as the Avon Eagles lead 13-6. Munch, were you surprised that Glenville didn't come out to warm up at the half?
Not at all, because, they're warm. We saw that. Both teams are. No, Ted Ginn Sr. and his coaching staff needed to talk to the young men about executing. Here's what I want to know now. Who's going to go for the knockout punch? A lot of punches thrown in that first quarter, very few in the second. I mean, there were things exchanged, but no knockouts because no scoring at all in the second quarter. So I'm wondering which team is going to open something up, try to score quickly here to start the game, or you think they're just going to go with a sustained drive? I'm looking for that home run ball, bro.
And we know that both teams are capable of scoring quickly here tonight. Glenville definitely got to get the passing game going a little bit to take some pressure off of their running game. I think Avon's done a good job of staying balanced with the run and the pass. They've had more success on the arm of Blake Elder and from Grant Barr tonight, who's, you asked me at halftime, who's our POG? Who's our player of the game? Well, right now, Grant Barr is looking like he might have a case for that. And we even talked about maybe Ryan Stolarski on defense. So stick around these last two quarters to see what Avon Eagle steps up, or heck, what Tarblooders steps up, because they can win a shirt as well. It's not strictly Lorain County teams.
Well, what the bottom line is, we'll see what happens. Glenville will get the ball to start the second half. Will they go to the ground and pound some more with Phyllis and McDougal? Or I look for Arvell Nelson to put the ball in the air early and often. Maybe they'll try for that knockout punch to start the first drive.
As Glenville will be set to receive. Captains out there right now. Another quick talk as it's Sincere Johnson, the Ohio State commit, and Jacob Weatherspoon, the North Carolina Tar Heel commit, both out there at the 50-yard line, Munch, with the referees. Do you think they were talking about maybe keeping it under control?
Hey, guys, you're leaders of your teams on defense. That's where some of the chippiness has been. And there's been some chippiness, don't get me wrong.
You've mentioned some questionable hits.
Yes, indeed, with a huge question mark on that one in indelible ink. But the bottom line is, again, they're young men. They're jacked up. They're playing football at the highest level. You've got perennial state champ Glenville in the hunt, and defending Division II state champ Avon, the Eagles. I was blessed to meet Mike Elder back in 2007 when he started, and he told me, he goes, Munch, you know what? I see this community building, burgeoning, people moving in by the score. Give me a couple years. I'll have this team where I want them. Well, I'll tell you what. It took them a couple years to get them competitive.
Yeah.
More than competitive is not even the word now. They've been dominating the SWC. And
now they're a state powerhouse.
And they won the state championship last year. Very well said,
after
my friend.
year. You're watching the lights flicker right now here at the Eagles Nest. No, folks, our camera is not broken. We talked to Coach Ginn in pregame, and he said, every time I come to Avon, it reminds me of Death Valley.
Yeah, how cool is that? I mean, Ted respects that in a big, big way.
As my man Ben Parsons brings me a water to drink.
As he runs back up to man his camera.
Yeah, just in time to get things going here for this third quarter of play.
All the great camera shots you see, compliments of that fine young fella.
Thanks to everybody watching at home, live on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. There's no strings attached. That's thanks to our season partners that make all of this available for you guys. So you can watch every high school team in Lorain County every Friday night right here at the comfort of your own home.
Jalen Edwards and London Hearn to get ready to receive the kickoff.
And a little squib kick again, Munch, as they do not want the Tarblooders receiving it. And this is Hearn, who makes a man miss, and he's got some room to run on that left-hand side. And he's going to be knocked out at the 45, close to midfield.
They look like Josiah Sanders. First time we've called his name today, special team player. The special team players, I remember Chuck Kyle in their last championship season of State Nations 2011 saying, you know what, when the trophy was hoisted at the end of the game, he had a defensive player, an offensive player, and a special teams player. And not a kicker, a guy that goes down and makes tackles.
It takes all three levels to win the game.
Amen,
here.
brother.
And Avon's had a great special teams unit for years. And let's see what the Tarblooders can do on their first possession of this third quarter. Our first snap brought to you by Gymnasco Insurance in downtown Lorain.
Jacob Weatherspoon talking to his defense out there. And this ball's getting marched back. I didn't see a flag.
I didn't see a flag either.
Did they say he stepped out of bounds at the 32? Apparently that's what it was.
Holding. All right.
There was a hold.
So we do.
And that's what sprung. So many times if there's a hold on a kickoff or a punt return, that's what springs the runner.
That's right. So the hold's going to start them at their 32. And here comes a play to the receiver. As that's Elijah Harden. Little slot screen there, Munch.
Just a 3-yard gain. Getting over there in a hurry. Great job by the linebacker, Jerry Clements. He's one of the captains.
It's a packed house here tonight at the Eagles Nest.
Again, both sides, visitors in full force, the home team, of course, in full force.
And the snap, Nelson, another pass out in the flat. It's caught by the receiver, and then he is swarmed immediately as making the catch was number 13 for Glenville. Let me look at my roster. Gary Pritchett. We've called his name earlier in the running game.
The problem is this, that pass was not a good pass. It was high. Had he hit Pritchard in stride, he gets positive yardage. That slowed it up in a big way. Now it's 3rd and 10. Huge play for the Avon defense.
Back-to-back passing plays, Munch, but no gain.
Yeah. Glenville has not been able to solve this Avon defense, and I love it. Avon now going to 3 down linemen because they have 5 DBs.
So a 3-3-5 look for the Eagles as they apply pressure, and Jacob Weatherspoon's closing in. Nelson lets it fly, and it's going to go out of bounds.
What Nelson did that time is throw the football in the vicinity of a receiver so he doesn't get sacked and lose more yards. And I'll tell you something, what a pass rush that time. Just big time. Number 50 and number 60 for the Avon Eagles getting in there in a hurry. Nolan Ropke. And, of course, that's number 50 and number 60 over there is Lance Dawson.
So a 3 and out for the Tarblooders to start this 3rd quarter of play. And it's going to give Avon the ball here with some pretty good field position potentially.
Yeah, they should get the ball at least about their own 40-yard line if we have any semblance of a return.
And deep to receive, we have number 22, Finger Durick.
Bad snap on the punt.
Yep, and Nelson's going to corral it.
And another flag running down.
And he's across the 20, now cuts back. Now you're going to say he's out of bounds. Right there at about the 25-yard line. So let's see what all the laundry is on the field.
There definitely wasn't an offside by Avon. It was a bad snap. Another hold.
So.
Wow. Mike Elder deciding what to do with that penalty flag.
I would imagine they're just going to decline it.
You decline it, you get good field position.
Yeah.
You take the penalty, and you get good field position on a punt.
That's right. I mean, you're looking to be almost at the 25, 30-yard line here of Glenville to start this drive.
The little things that are important in this football game, Avon, how special was that? Getting Glenville zilch on that first drive in the second half where Glenville needed to make some noise.
Right, especially coming out of the half where they got an earful from Coach Ginn as far as what they needed to correct to get back into this ball game, and they come out 3 straight plays and 3 and out.
Well, it'll be Avon's football. Deep in territory. Boy, just a bad possession that time for the Glenville Tarblooders.
So they're going to start at the Glenville 32. Well, let's see where they're spotted. No, they're going to spot it at the 25.
Avon Eagles with their 6th possession of the game. 10-20 in the 3rd quarter. Touchdown now. Just getting on the board at all would benefit them greatly and push them to a 2-touchdown lead, 2-score lead.
Running formation, Cam Wendell in the backfield. You have a man in motion. That's Sammy Olery. And Cam Wendell's going to take the handoff off the left-hand side and pick up about 2 or 3.
Boy, if you got that many, very generous. I should have given them 1.
Last year, Munch, 13-12 in favor of Avon.
Wow. So this is true to form.
This is true to form, man.
History does repeat itself, my friend.
And we have a timeout call because Glenville was having substitution issues as they were late getting guys on the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Avon versus Glenville live and free on YouTube. Avon will start this drive. 2nd and 9 on the 24. Munch, what do you think they're doing?
I think they're going to throw it in the end zone right now. And here's what's interesting, too, is because Sincere Johnson, the middle linebacker for Glenville, number 8, 6'3", 230-pound senior, has been really negated today. He has been wiped off almost like an eraser with pencil.
Yeah.
Avon has not let him affect this football game.
And that's the Ohio State commit that Munch is referring to.
And one effect he had was a silly penalty he picked up earlier in the game.
One time we did call his name, it was kind of a late hit, an unnecessary hit per se, as an incomplete pass was the play, and Sincere laid out an Avon receiver. 2nd and 9 now from the 24 and more Laundry. I never would have thought this game would be having this many penalties as we have a legal substitution on Glenville.
High school football at its best, my friend. I mean, even with the flags, I mean, this is what it's all about. Like I said, a couple of heavyweights and now a penalty against Glenville. Oh, my gosh. But here's what's inexcusable, and Ted Ginn Sr. would agree with me. You cannot have a penalty like that after a timeout.
No.
The timeout was called to eradicate that, to fix that.
And I know Coach Ginn is putting some young guys in and out, but for the majority, it's a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors out there. Here we go, 2nd and 4 now from the 19. Elder throws. It's low, but it's complete as the receiver.
That was a brilliant catch that time.
Is that number 6 or 8, Munch? I think it's number 8,
I
Jackson Palmer.
I need a young man to turn sideways for us that time. Palmer's first catch in the game. First time we've called his name.
It is number 8, Jackson Palmer.
And that throw was low. That was not a good throw. Palmer bailed. You know what? The quarterback bails out. Your receiver sometimes putting the ball where only he can get it. Receivers bail out the quarterback.
That's right.
By trips right this time, wide side of the field.
Here we go, slant across the middle, and it's complete. And I think that's Barr. It is.
Oh, my. He's unstoppable today. Grant Barr, just a slant, and what a beautiful throw by Mr. Elder. You know, it's been fun watching Blake Elder grow. I said it to Mike Elder today before the game. He goes, well, I'm glad you say so because he's my son Belt, my quarterback, too. That's how I look at him today. But I was just watching him from an underclassman. Now as a leader of this great Avon Eagles offense.
2nd and 1 from the 6. And touchdown, Eagles. Is that Wendell? It looks like Cam Wendell.
It does look like Cam Wendell. He is not.
21, Cam Wendell.
Back guy, Cam Wendell just shot between the right guard and center. They just blew a hole open for him. Wendell with the score.
We'll give you your scoring drive courtesy of Valley Chevrolet in Wellington here soon. On for the extra point is Jensen Petro. And the extra point is up and good. Makes it 20-6 in favor of the Eagles. We'll take a quick timeout, and then we'll give you that scoring drive courtesy of Valley Chevrolet in Wellington. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Avon versus Glenville live and free on YouTube. A 5-play, 75-yard scoring drive capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by Cam Wendell, his second TD of the night. And it makes it 20-6 in favor of the Eagles.
They move quickly, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Glenville needs to get something going offensively. I thought they were going to go for the jugular, go for the strike. Now they need to simply have a sustained drive, get something moving, because right now Avon, the way they play an offense, is in danger of really putting this game away early in the third quarter.
Absolutely. So we have Jensen Petro kicking things off, and it's going to be returned.
Edwards and Hearns again.
Yep. As that's going to be Hearns with the ball, and he gets it out across the 40-yard line, close to the 45 before he's tackled by some Avon Eagles.
What a great return. Here's what's interesting. What you have to do is push the ball, just like a punt return, kickoff return, same thing. Push it up the middle of the field, make the first guy or two miss. Then you need to kick it to the outside.
That's right.
He didn't do it that time. It's still with a great game, with a great return.
Yeah, he made something out of nothing, and it gets the Tarblooders starting their drive on the 44-yard line, almost at midfield. So after 3 and out, let's see what the Tarblooders can do.
8:47 left in the third. Avon up 26. That's a 2-touchdown lead, my friend.
Does this make Glenville become one-dimensional, Munch?
Well, we're going to find out. No, I think they just need to have a regular drive. So much time is left in this game.
Yeah.
But they need to go down the field and score a touchdown.
Romel Phillips is in motion, and Arvell Nelson is sacked. He
Oh,
is dropped by the big guy, number 58, Vinny DeTilio.
One of the captains, Vinny, 6 foot, 220 pounds. He flew over a defender. You know what? That's a nightmare going to happen. Arvell Nelson's going to see him in his dreams tonight.
What a defensive play there.
Boy, that came right over the left guard that time.
It's a loss of 6 on the sack.
Boy, and Nelson is elusive. There's nothing he can do in that in any way, shape, or form.
2nd and 16 now. Nelson drops back, setting up a screen for Romel Phillips. And he breaks a tackle, gets across to the 50, and we got a late flag as there's some action between DeTilio and a Glenville lineman.
Is that going to be a block in the back?
I think he held on to him. I think
Yeah.
he laid on him, Munch.
Oh, my gosh.
He didn't let him get up.
And what a great run that time. And there is an Avon Eagle down on the field. We don't like to see that.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a number for you, ladies.
You know,
and
my friend,
gentlemen.
as having sons that played football, nothing sinks your heart into the pit of your stomach when you start seeing the players who are standing, and you look at your son's number, and he's the one that you don't see standing in the huddle.
Unfortunately, that's Alex Rivera, number 13, Munch, who's down right now.
He came up to try to support that time. Rivera, just 5'9", 155, but he hits like a ton of bricks.
We're seeing if we could find him on the replay as far as what happened to him there, but we couldn't see it. Yeah. Hoping for the best for Alex Rivera. Has had a good game here tonight.
That was a sack play, of course.
Yeah, I think it might be this play right here coming up. So
I wonder if he got his leg rolled.
We're working the replay booth for you. This is it right here. This is the screen play. And Rivera. I still don't.
Oh, that's it. He got rolled up on. Tried to hop off on one leg, and he's just going to go down to the ground.
Okay. So not as serious as we thought, and
right.
as everybody's giving Rivera claps as he's walking off on his own strength right now, which is good to see.
There's hitting going on down there, my friend.
God, we love that replay. That's
unbelievable job here by the crew.
Yeah, you're able to see exactly what happened there on the play, and good thing Alex Rivera is okay.
I love it. Big backs out, came over, said, "Was that a clean one?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay,
yeah.
I got your back if it wasn't." Back 6'4", 300 pounds.
They're playing for each other out there.
Yeah. Plays a tackle on defense.
So it's
also left tackle on offense.
Still going to bring up a 2nd and 16.
Yeah, and a penalty on Glenville. Glenville's got to stop the penalties, or they're not going to go anywhere except backwards.
Yeah. As the penalty is going to bring them back. 2nd and 23 now from the 31-yard line.
You know, they're locking Saffold up one-on-one. Just amazing. That's Caden Clappin, who's been locking them down.
Here comes Nelson with the option look there, and nice play as that's Pritchard with the ball, and is going to pick up about 10 yards there on the run.
Nice run by Pritchard that time.
Yeah. Gary Pritchett, a 5'9", 156-pound sophomore.
You know, it's interesting, too, because on that option, to make it work, the quarterback's got to get hit. You don't want your quarterback to get hit, but you've got to pitch that ball at the last second. Earl Bruce is called defensively, crack and load. What does that mean? You're the quarterback, you're my guy. Whether you pitch the ball or not, I crack you, then you go to the next guy and you crack him, and you keep cracking him down the line so there's nobody left to get the ball.
And it's all about that relationship from the quarterback and the pitch man, and the Tarblooders executed it excellently there. Nelson drops back. He's got pressure, steps up in the pocket, lets it fly, got a man down, and it is caught as the receiver making the play. Paulie Sadler, number 4. First time we called his name.
What a catch that time. Like I said, we talk about receivers, and another flag is on the play, and another hold against Glenville. Again, the rush from Avon has been relentless. Glenville holding to keep their quarterback upright.
What a play by Nelson.
It was
stepping up and letting it fly.
After he escaped harm.
Yeah.
The lineman talking to the referee, saying, "Sir, please tell us where we're holding, how we're holding." That was the gentleman who's filling in for injured Mr. Perez, Mackie Maddox, talking to the referee that time.
Yeah, Mackie
And boy,
Maddox.
that is just crushing. That's devastating on the Glenville side. Deflating to complete a pass like that.
Especially when you get a good play, and now you got to go back. So
now fourth and 3rd and 17. Yeah, it can't be 4th down. Play goes over.
17 from the 37-yard line.
They got trips to the wide side of the field, which is the near side. Single receiver left. Nelson going to dump it off.
Screen.
They have some blocking.
And not much there.
No, he's going to get up to the 45 only.
And we got
8 yards to either 17.
And we got an Avon Eagle coming off of the field. I want to say it's number 26, maybe Jordan Carter. Yeah, Jordan Carter, number 26 for Avon, coming off. Looked like he had a stinger holding his arm.
I'll tell you this, Avon Eagles deep on defense. They can move a lot of people in and out of there.
So another penalty?
It looks like another penalty against Glenville.
Jeez.
They picked up the football, and they're walking it back the other way. And fresh linemen now coming in for the Avon Eagles. I see number 60 checking in.
It's hard. Glenville can't get out their own way right now in this drive.
When you have all these fresh bodies coming in, Lance Dawson checks in.
So Avon declines the penalty. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 from the 45, Munch.
They're going to go for it. Is it a case of having to go for it here, trying to make something happen?
I think so.
No, now they changed personnel. We'll see.
A lot of confusion. They're going to punt as Lemon's
running
there.
off. Yeah, you have to punt this football. You can't give it. The way Avon's been operating on offense, you can't give them the ball down there.
Anir Lemon, number 0, kicks it. It's a nice kick. Spiral. Back. Takes a Glenville bounce to the 20, and it's picked up by Avon, as returning it is Sammy Ullery.
And let me tell you something about that, okay? You have the punt returner that time got 15 yards. Was that Smith?
Yeah.
On that punt, you got 15 yards more than if he just would have downed the ball. Amazing.
Yeah.
Avon is hungry right now. And you know what? This is the case, and this is not disparaging Avon at all, but this is the case of the sheep eating the butcher.
Well, right now, Avon smells blood, Munch. And I think, if you know anything about Mike Elder's teams, when they smell blood, they go for the jugular.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Blake Elder takes a shot to number 12 down the sideline.
Barr has been unstoppable so far today.
So Avon gets it from their own 35-yard line to start things off.
6:23.
That's Cam Wendell in motion, and you got Keontae Smith in the backfield. Elder's going to drop back. Looked like they were setting up a screen, but instead it goes to Luker, who is off of his hand, a little bit out of his reach. Incomplete.
Avon's 7th possession of the game, 6:23. They start with the ball at their own 35.
So not many incompletions for Avon here tonight, but that's one of them. And it brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 35.
And Avon using a lot of fresh bodies, too, fresh legs out there for the Eagles.
Handoff, Keontae Smith up the middle. He's got room to run, and he breaks it. Close to a first down. Give him a pickup of 11.
I've got to watch this blocking scheme because, once again, over there sliding to make the tackle was Sir Johnson, but, boy, they're getting into the second level before Johnson could even react.
1st and 10 from the 46 now. Got 2 receivers on each side, and Keontae Smith in the backfield. They want to get the clock rolling.
No hurry either, the Eagles. They're up by 2 touchdowns, 20-6.
Well, the ref's in a hurry because he's winding the clock there, Munch.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Use all the clock you can. And Blake Elder is savvy enough to know that.
Elder drops back. He's got a man. Complete. Guess who? Grant Barr again.
Boy, Barr was popped big time, but held on to the football.
They're making it look easy, Munch.
Yeah, Aaron Scales would have hit that time, the 5'9", 170-pound senior DB.
We've called his name a lot, but unfortunately it's downfield making tackles.
Barr has been special today. But you know what, though? The man delivering the football has even been more special, too.
Absolutely.
He's getting them the ball.
Pickup of 6 there on the pass play. 2nd and 4 now.
Linemen are in pass protection mode. We'll see if they run off of it.
Keontae Smith takes the handoff and takes it up the middle and looks like he's got another first down.
Oh, my. 2nd and 4. He got 6. And here come the Eagles just pounding.
Yep.
This is what Glenville needed to do the last time they had the ball. They needed to get a sustained drive going just to say, hey, we're going to counterpunch, and they haven't been doing that today.
And now the Eagles playing confidently. Things going their way on this drive, and they're moving the ball and killing time off this clock with a 2-possession lead.
Are you a riverboat gambler? You throw it deep to Barr, or you just pick up the first down and do it again?
Just play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
You're up 2 scores. Let's go ahead and keep that clock moving. Keontae fumbles the ball, picks up his own fumble, and now gets a first down.
You know, my friend,
unbelievable.
There's a saying, why does the football have points on it? For plays like that, Keon Bailey came in and hit him in the backfield, coughed the ball up. The ball bounced right back to Keontae Smith. He pounced on it and advanced the ball.
Unbelievable play there if you're an Avon Eagle fan.
No, they're not going to give him the first down on it, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
So just short of the first down. From up here in the press box, we thought he had got it.
You know, I was taught that years ago about the ball having points. You don't know when a football's going to bounce. Sometimes it comes your way, sometimes it's not. It came the way that time of Keontae Smith.
Keontae very fortunate there.
How big a stop would this be for Glenville?
Very big.
But see, it's only 3rd and 1. If you don't get it, you got to go again.
Because it's still a 2-possession game here. You still got a lot of time left. But Glenville's defense, who we've heard all night might be the best defense in the state, needs to get a big play here tonight.
I see Dylan Luker, who scored the first touchdown.
Yep.
Checks into the game. Luker's been doing a good job blocking at the tight end spot.
And they're going with a big set here, Munch.
Oh, yeah, they got the Hogs in there on the
Double
line.
tight. Keontae Smith.
He speared it. He loses the football. No, that's a helmet.
That's a helmet that went flying.
Oh, my. And they did get the football.
As that's Kalen Bailey, number 7, whose helmet goes flying.
That was 4th and 1.
So it was 4th and 1 there, and they stopped them.
And what a great play by Bailey, the defensive end, 6'1", 230-pound junior, hitting Smith. Boy, Glenville, they put 6-7 men up on the line. You know, Avon wasn't going to do anything silly there except move straight ahead. And, Glenville won that battle.
Yeah. Give credit where credit's due, as the Tarblooders won the trenches there on that play and stifled Avon on that rushing attempt. Here we go. Tarblooders get the ball back almost at midfield at the 45-yard line. Nelson turns and hands it off to McDougal, who's got room to run, picks up a first down, gain of about 14 on that run.
That was so important that time to pick up some yardage. Well, it's important on this entire drive to get that done.
First and 10 now from the 41-yard line. And, another run and a big hit. Again, Jacob Weatherspoon making the play for Avon. And that was a big hit laid on the running back. I believe that was McDougal.
You know what, though? There was a 6-yard gain. That's the most important thing of your Glenville on first down, picking up 6.
Second and 4. Arvell Nelson's got McDougal next to him. Two receivers to the top left, one on the bottom right. He's got an H-back on the line. That's Got it right here. Elijah Harden. Nelson keeps it off the left-hand side. Looked like a broken play there, Munch.
He got 1-2 at most. So it's going to be, 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. We'll see what they mark it.
Yeah, what they give him.
They didn't give him anything, so 3rd and 4 still.
Wow. Third and 4 now.
Saffold 1-1 against on the wide side of the field near the Avon bench. They're playing him 1-on-1.
Sweep toss right. McDougal stopped. That's Stolarski. Number 1 from Avon making the play.
And Stolarski took him down. No gain. Boy, another big stop by the Avon Eagles. 4th and 4. I guarantee you Glenville's going to go for this. They're not going to punt it away on the Avon 35-yard line.
No, this is definitely 4-down territory for the Tarblooders, especially now since we're under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. I think the sense of urgency is starting to kick in for the Tarblooders.
There's no doubt.
We got a timeout called by Ted Ginn.
You have to call a timeout. You know, this could be, I know there's 2:57 left in the whole quarter after this. This could be the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, because
so far,
if they don't convert and Avon gets the ball, they might milk the rest of this third quarter into the fourth. Don't go anywhere. Avon leads 20-6 over Glenville. Thanks for watching on Lorain County Sports Network on YouTube. Big 4th down play here for the Tarblooders. Munch, you mentioned it. Avon controlling the lines of scrimmage tonight.
Avon has been the more physical football team. I understand, and it's part of reality in football at any level, is that Jameer Perez, the big guard, 6'4", 321, Ohio State recruit, big defensive tackle, has been out. But Avon has out-physical, out-muscled Glenville here tonight.
Big play here for the Tarblooders. You got Nelson in the shotgun. McDougal's on the right. 3 Tarblooders on the bottom. Pass incomplete, intended for Elijah Harden out of the timeout. Not what the Tarblooders wanted.
Boy, and a lot of host of Avon Eagles going in there in a big, big way, led by Jared Clements.
Avon will get the ball back, leading by 2 scores with 2:54 to go in the third.
Glenville had that ball for 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Really didn't do a heck of a lot with it.
We thank everybody for watching on our YouTube page. Go ahead and follow, like, and subscribe. It's completely free. There's no strings attached. Don't have to put a credit card number in.
And everybody that goes to it enjoys themselves on a Friday night. They can't make it out to the stadium. Sitting at home, cozy.
That's it, man.
Bowl of popcorn, a couple of sodas, man.
An adult beverage on hand.
Why not?
75-inch screen in front.
Get it done, brother.
As it's a beautiful night here in Northeast Ohio. Thanks for tuning in as we're live from Avon and the Eagles Nest. Elder starts things off from the 35. Blake's going to tuck it and run up the middle, and he's going to lose yardage.
Yeah, he's going to lose 4 yards that time. Big hit coming in there in a hurry. Number 23, DeAndre Taylor.
Keeps the clock running, but they
Oh, heck,
backwards.
You know what? Think about that. You have 3 downs. Eat a minute and a half off that clock.
That's right. -3 on the run there.
Yeah.
20 seconds on your play clock. Avon, one of those schools that has the play clocks on both end zones, which is fortunate.
What you need to do these days to keep an eye on that.
Under 10 seconds, Elder lets it go and lets it fly as Grant Barr takes a lot of contact, and he was looking for a flag. I don't think he's going to get it.
No, they were just running side by side that time. Good job of defense by the Glenville Tarblooders.
Barr wanted the flag, but not going to get it, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 12. Huge play now for Glenville. We talk about these little plays and big things happen. Glenville needs to stop in the worst way. But they, if they get a stop and then turn it over again or punt it away, doesn't do them a heck of a lot of good. They need to stop. They need to drive down.
3rd and 12 from the 33. Elder turns around, hands it to Cam Wendell, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss there.
Tarblooders all fired up. Aaron Scales came in there in a hurry. Scales just a DB, but he penetrated. 5'11", 162 pounds.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 12 as there was a no gain there on the run. Punting situation for your Eagles as they're going to send in.
But you know what? As the punt team comes on, the clock keeps ticking, my friend.
That's right. Trevor Sikora coming in, number 15. Nice punt. End over end. Hits at the 40 and is going to pop up in the air and take an Avon bounce.
But talk about an Avon bounce, an 8-yard Avon bounce towards the other end.
As Glenville is going to start at about the 34-yard line.
We'll see where they set
32, it looks like.
Yeah, the 32. Well, I can't remember the last 3 and out. The Glenville defense got an Avon. That was the necessity that time, Dave.
Absolutely.
Boy, you know, how cool is this cruise from the WOBL, WDLW, Lorain County Sports Network?
Yeah,
Friday Night Lights all over the city today, baby. 4 games.
Yeah, we got our other crew out in Avon Lake as the Shoremen are losing big.
That's just a few miles from here. I know Matt Costello wondering what he's going to do with his team, trying to find a fix in a hurry.
Yeah.
They'll go to 0-3 tonight. I can't remember the last time. I've been in Avon Lake for 26 years.
Right.
I haven't seen an 0-3 team.
0-3 to start their non-conference schedule as they're losing tonight. That game is also on our YouTube channel. You can watch that as well. After this one, of course. And don't remember, you can go back and go on demand and watch whatever game you want.
Imperative for Glenville to get something working here.
1st and 10 from the 32 for the Tarblooders.
But that defense has been relentless.
Fake handoff. Nelson drops, passes. Saffold right there, bounces off a defender, and now turns and runs at the 40. And the Eagles have him cornered at about the 30s where he's going to go out of bounds.
But
that's the guy you were talking about,
But Jacob Weatherspoon, as the D1 commit to North Carolina, can't miss a tackle like that. Saffold just bounced right off of him.
Didn't wrap up, trying to make that big hit like he's made it tonight.
And ESPN has made that happen, like the shoulder. No, wrap him and drop him, okay?
That's right. As Joe Safford makes the Eagles pay with a long run after the catch.
Yeah, those highlight film hits do not work all the time.
So they're going to have it at the 29-yard line of the Eagles now, across the 50. And Nelson's going to keep it and slides and picks up a few yards.
You know why he slid? Self-preservation. Somebody was coming up to lower the boom on him, and he goes, I'm going to hit the deck. Still a nice gain. You know who's coming up to lower the boom on him? Stolarski.
Right. 2nd and 6 now after that run by Nelson. 4-yard gain.
4 big yards, my friend.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to get that much.
McDougal is your back, number 31.
5'11", 215-pounder.
He's going to get it and gets up the middle, close to the sticks.
What did he get, 3 or 4?
Yeah, he rolled after the hit, so let's see where they spot him.
Give him 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 3, as big a play as we've seen. But, Dave, you know what? This just shows you what kind of football game this is. Almost every play now is a big play.
That's right.
Especially with 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Wow, has this one went by fast.
20-6 Avon. You know, when people say defending state champ, I like something that Ryan Day said when he was interviewed. He goes, we're not defending champs, we're attacking champs. That's exactly how the Avon Eagles are playing today. They're not defending, they're attacking.
And that's how this 3rd quarter is going to end, is I don't know what the Tarblooders were doing, but they didn't have any sense of urgency to get a playoff before time expired. 20-6 in favor of Avon. We got 12 more minutes left to go. Don't go anywhere. Find out who wins this big matchup, Avon or Glenville, right here on YouTube. Dave Rivera, Mark Munch Bishop, as we get ready to start this fourth quarter of play. Munch, you mentioned it, man. This one ain't over yet.
No, you know what, man? Here's what's going on. It's 20-6 Avon. Glenville needs to do something on this drive. They've got a nice start to it here.
Yeah.
They have a 3rd and 3. They must convert. But the bottom line is that what happens then? Does it fire up the Glenville defense to really get going and put a stop? They got a great stop the last time Avon had the ball. Things could turn quickly, especially with 12 minutes left in this game.
That's right. 2-possession game, as we have two of the top teams in the state of Ohio squaring off here tonight.
And I can guarantee you this, on 3rd and 3, if they gain a yard or two and don't get it, they'll be going for it on 4th down.
Awesome night here for some Lorain County Friday night football. And we've got a good one. Tarblooders got a big play here. 3rd and 3 on the 24.
And just a single running back.
Nelson fakes to McDougal. Is going to roll and pass. I can't see. It's incomplete.
Oh, my
Incomplete
gosh.
there.
And, I thought our belt could have tucked that and ran. So here it is, baby.
Definitely two down territory. They're going for it. I think that was get maybe 1 or 2 here and try to get the rest there.
11:53 left in the game. This is a pivotal play in this football game. I know that I can always say it's the biggest play of the game so far, but this truly is. Glenville needs to score on this possession. This is the furthest down we've seen them in Avon territory for quite a while.
4th and 3 from the 24. Big play here. Nelson takes off the right-hand side. 1st down and more. Looking towards the end zone. Runs out of bounds inside the 10.
What a great play. All the receivers spread out. I thought it was interesting. I didn't think he was going to throw on a 4th and 3, but you still have to cover a receiver if he's out there.
That's it.
He took some of he spread the defense out.
Great play call there by the Tarblooder offensive coaching staff, located right next to us, as Arvell Nelson takes it around the right-hand side and converts. Picks up 14 on the run.
Well, I see Nolan Robke in the middle of that defensive line, just clapping his hands, yelling at his teammates to dig in, mates.
They're inside the red zone, brought to you by Russell Real Estate Services agent Steve Lawson. Handoff. And we have a flag. Looked like a new running back also.
Yeah, it was Jamal Goodson, just a sophomore. They're mixing him up big time.
So,
Goodson, 5'3", 190. That's a bowling ball, 2 legs, and guess what? Penalty against Glenville again.
It's coming back. Anytime Glenville gets momentum, they end up shooting themselves in the foot.
It'll be at least a 10-yarder, there's no doubt. And there goes the march. And right now it's been a death march.
Yeah.
Against the Tarblooders. That ball all the way back to the 18-yard line. Oh, my. It was 1st and 10 on the 10, 1st and goal, and now 1st and goal from the 18.
Yeah. What do we got now?
Timeout.
Looks like a referee timeout.
Interesting.
Let's see what's going on here.
Well, I do notice we've got 2 great football teams here today, but Avon has held the advantage. Derek Wetzel, nose tackle. 6'2", 261, only a sophomore. He's telling his guys to dig in, too.
Nelson drops, throws, intended for Safford, and it's incomplete. It was tipped. As Saffold wanted a penalty play, he's not going to get it.
Yeah, it was behind him a little bit, too. Arvell's got to put that ball more on the spot.
Got to lead him a little bit more.
Good coverage that time, too, by the Avon Eagles. Trying to take the inside away from Saffold on that slant.
And that's Jamal Goodson, number 10 in the backfield. He's a 5'5", 190-pound sophomore. We've heard and seen a whole bunch of different Glenville running backs today.
Oh, yeah, they're getting the legs out there trying to bust something.
Nelson drops. Stolarski almost had him. And another Eagle coming. Nelson gets out of the way, runs. Now he's got room.
He's got a lot of real estate.
And 10-5, he gets down at the 5-yard line. almost broke that one all the way to the house.
He had a blocker out there. Had he gone to the outside of his blocker, he could have put it into pay dirt. Good blocking out there by Paulie Sadler. Instead, Nelson cut it inside. Although when you're running with the football, you got 11 guys trying to take your head off.
We have a better angle up here.
Thank you, my friend.
We could see what he was trying to do.
3rd and 5 from the 5-yard line.
McDougal back in. Devon, number 31 in the backfield. He's a load. 5'11", 215, the junior. Glenville in a running set with 2 receivers on the bottom. Handoff to McDougal on the left-hand side. He's in for a touchdown.
Imperative for him to score that time for Glenville.
If you thought you were going somewhere, not so fast, my friend. As McDougal punches it in, and we are back to a 1-possession ball game.
How big is this extra point? Because it's 2012. You want to get it now. You don't want to wait till the end to have to go for 2.
Right.
10:43 left in this game. And it looks like Glenville's going to go for the 2 now. Yes, my friend.
Might as well get it done now if you can. One less thing to worry about.
10:43 left in the game. 2012. Avon on top of Glenville. As you mentioned, don't turn off the YouTube. Stay with us because this one's going down to the wire.
Last year it was 13-12 in favor of Avon, and we might be coming down to the wire once again. Nelson drops, throws, Safford, touchdown. 2-point conversion is good.
Boy, that is muddy.
And now a little excess of celebration. Maybe on Glenville, we'll see as there's a flag being thrown. Yeah, it's going to be.
So they're marking off for the kickoff. And, here's what's interesting. Usually I think that is a worthless penalty, but Glenville's kickoff has not been potent today, so you're moving them back on the kickoff. Avon should get this ball in very good field position. I'm not quite sure what the excessive celebration was there, my friend.
It was a 7-play, 58-yard scoring drive, capped off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Devon McDougal, number 31. Your scoring drive brought to you by Valley Chevy in Wellington. So 20-14, 6-point game right now with Glenville kicking the ball off to Avon as they lead.
And they're going to mark it back. So this is going to really benefit Avon. Glenville again, another flag that didn't need to be. So they're going to kick this ball for the 25-yard line. My brother, I predict Avon's going to have this ball after the return on about their own 40.
Yeah,
at the worst.
Not what you wanted if you're a Tarblooder fan. And it was close because we thought maybe Witherspoon was going to pick it up because he was doing some jawing out there in the end zone. But it actually goes against Glenville, and it's going to set them back to kick this thing off. And once again, that's Anir Lemon, number 0, who's going to be handling the kicking for Glenville.
Boy, kicking from your own 25. Glenville's going to have to get down there and cover this in a big, big way.
It's a good kick.
Yeah, very good kick.
To the 20 of Avon.
If they can get him down by inside the 35, 40. Nice return.
40 yards is where Avon's going to start things off, as that is Clapham bringing it all the way out to the 40.
The great kickoff and great kickoff return.
Caden Clapham, the senior.
Well, he ran hard that time, didn't he?
He sure did.
.10:35 left in this game. Avon's going to give it a go from their own 40-yard line.
And we've got another game lined up next week for you, as you can catch us. We will be covering a Lorain County 8 matchup, as Wellington will be traveling to Columbia next week. And that's where I will be, down in Columbia Station. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 40 for Avon. Man in motion, that's Ellery. Hand off to Cam Wendell. He's dropped in the backfield. Who is that, Munch? Number 11.
A big
Cortez
play.
Yancey.
Boy.
The outside linebacker. 6'1", 225-pound senior.
That's a loaded. You know what? That's an upperclassman making a big play. Loss on the play. Huge play that time.
Yeah, loss of 2.
For the Tarblooders. 2nd and 12. Barr is being covered one-on-one
On the bottom of your
by
screen.
Jordan Johnson, only 5'8", 152.
They're looking his way. Almost picked off, but he still made the catch off the hands
Oh, my.
of a Glenville defender. Aaron Scales had it, and Grant Barr says, that's mine.
You know what? That's what a pog does. Okay, it's not over yet. But Grant Barr came back to get to that football, concentrated on it, and made the catch. You know what?
Gain
That
of
is
7.
a special player. Grant Barr, 6 foot, 196-pound senior.
I can't wait to see where he ends up
Oh, my.
at the next
3rd and
level.
5.
As it's a 7-yard pass play there from Grant Barr.
You say only a 7, but it was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And everything that's been in the vicinity of Barr, he's brought in. Elder drops back, looks again, it's tipped, and it's going to be incomplete.
The pass rush of Glenville, the intensity is picked up in a big way. Big man in that time. Looked like Cabello Williams.
Uh-oh, and they force a 3-and-out munch, and it's got the Tarblooder faithful on their feet.
Boy, Avon trying to hustle in there to catch Glenville unaware. But they're going to
Glenville
punt.
coming after that one, it looked like, Munch. Return there by Jalen Edwards, and he's going to be stopped at about the 20-yard line.
Great special teams coverage that time by the Avon Eagles. But Glenville gets a stop, and they'll go to work. By the way, Avon only had that ball for 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Nine minutes to go, and Glenville gets the ball back trailing by 6.
We're in the fourth quarter of play, my friend. 9:02. Glenville's ready to go. Avon defense is not out there yet.
And you definitely see the momentum shifting towards the Glenville side of things.
They've got a long ways to go here.
Yeah.
80 yards, but it'll be interesting to see. It seemed like Nelson has finally found.
And we got more penalty flags on the field.
Joe
Munch.
Saffold. Be a penalty against Avon. They're pointing that way. Are they going to make a punt again? I believe they are. This is interesting.
Huh.
Everybody up here seems puzzled.
Yeah. Because they spotted the ball at the 49.
Now they put it at the 50. Yeah, they have the ball at the 50-yard line again. 1st and 10 on the 50 for Glenville?
I don't know what that penalty was.
No, Avon's offense is coming out. I don't understand this one bit. Do you?
No.
What kind of call is that?
Glenville's completely out of sorts as they're running players still onto the field right now. 1st and 10, flea flicker. Elder going deep. He's got Ellery. 10 off his hands. Ellery almost had that one.
The ball was a little underthrown,
Yes.
but you must catch that football.
Perfectly designed play there by the Avon Eagles.
Sammy Ellery. I still like to know what happened on that penalty, how Avon got the ball back.
Did you see anything on the penalty? Too many men on the field.
You know what? You know what? Inexcusable penalty, and Ted Ginn Sr. would agree with me.
Another one.
Oh, my golly.
Thank you to Todd Shapiro.
We're getting
from the
assists back here from the
Chronicle.
folks up in the press box with us. We appreciate
Todd
that.
Shapiro giving us a hand.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Absolutely.
Todd's a man.
As we were all puzzled, going, what's happening?
No one has left this stadium, I will tell you that.
No.
Second and 10.
Yep, from the 50-yard line once again. Elder in a shotgun, Keontae Smith next to him. 3 receivers to the top, 1 on the bottom. Elder cocked back, and now he's going to pull it back and go. And intended.
That was self-preservation. He figured, you know what? Why lose? We'll go to 3rd and 10 rather to make it a 3rd and 18 or 19 because he was way back behind the line of scrimmage.
So incomplete pass there again. And it makes it 3rd and 10, and that penalty, Munch, might not come back to bite Glenville.
Interesting. Finn Jordanek checks into the game. They also have Caden Bennett out there as a wide receiver.
8:47 to go on the clock.
Grant Barr as far as you can go to the far side of the field. That's the wide side right now.
Barr's in motion. Elder drops back in the throw, and it's complete. Clapham.
Oh,
First down.
Oh, my.
Little toe drag swag there, Munch.
Jordan Johnson slipped on that play, and guess what? The wide receiver just did a quick turn in that time, and bang. That was Caden Bennett.
Unbelievable.
You know, to show you how deep this Avon team is, we don't even have Bennett on the 3 deep.
Nice pitch and catch for a 10
Oh, my
yards
gosh.
And
a beautiful throw, too. Nice little move that actually forced the DB to slip.
Elder hands off to Wendell. Cam Wendell gets stood up after a gain of maybe 1 or 2. Brought down by a couple Tarblooders and some more.
And another flag on the field.
Activities.
Is it extracurricular activity?
Yep. Personal foul. As you see, number 3 for Glenville on the bottom of your screen, Chris Newell Jr. will kind of kneel on the ball carrier before he got up.
And it's going to go against the Tarblooders. Again, Ted Gensiner will be the first to tell you. And I'll be the second to tell you, these penalties are harming the Tarblooders here tonight. Again, they're unforced. You don't need to do these things.
Don't know if it was intentional or if it was accidental. As Newell looked like he kind of lost his footing and landed back on top of the ball carrier, but it was enough for the ref to think it was intentional.
8:26 left in the football game. Avon 1st and 10 now.
Yeah, from the 39-yard line, which actually it looks like they're at the 32. They just haven't updated the board. Yep, 24 actually. 24-yard line is where this play will begin. Cam Wendell up the middle. He's going to follow his blockers and get about 5 or 6, Munch.
Yeah. You know, all Avon needs to do is run the football down
That's
here.
it.
They don't even need to throw it. They just need to keep the clock running and just pound the ball between the tackles. 2nd and 7. They give him a 3-yard gain on that, Dave.
Unbelievable. Cam Wendell with the 3-yard run. And now they're almost in the red zone again, Munch.
And what does that mean, my friend?
Even if you can walk away with 3. Because Avon's got a good kicker who can make some field goals.
To put 3, even a touchdown and 2-point conversion leaves you a point shy.
Yeah. Elder drops back. Almost picked off. Intended for, looked like Cam Wendell out of the backfield, 22.
Yeah, Wendell ran a nice pattern that time.
Yeah.
Is he a wide receiver? Is he running back? Guess what? That young fella does it all.
That's right.
That was Wendell. Boy, dangerous pass that time by Blake Elder, and he knows it. 3rd and 7. And again, friend, I keep saying it, but as big as they get, all these plays are big.
Here we go, 3rd and 7. Clock is stopped at 7:23. Elder, he's got Clapham in motion. He's going to drop back and looks to throw. Oh my God.
The DB went for the
what
pick.
What a catch as that is Finn Jadonic, number 22.
Oh my.
What a catch that was.
The DB went for the pick, took a chance, thought he read the play, and look at this catch. Right there as the DB whiffed on it, and bang, touchdown Avon.
Finn Jordanic has had a great game here today. He gets into the scoring for the Eagles, and that might be the exclamation point that the Eagles were looking for.
Oh, my.
24-yard pitch and catch. And the Eagles are going for 2 here, Munch. They want a double-digit.
Yeah, they want to make sure.
Yeah.
They want to make sure their opponent is down on the mat and out for good. Boy, what a catch. And you know, had the DB just played to knock the ball down, he does that. He went for the pick, it went right through his hands. I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, he's trying to make something. Had he picked off that ball, Dave, he could have gone 95 yards the other way.
I think there's too many men on the field again. I'm not quite sure what's going on, Munch.
No, they're getting substitutions back in.
Yeah, but the ref made him come out.
Yeah, could it be no mouth guard or no chin strap or something?
Yeah, could have been an equipment issue. But
malfunction.
That was weird to see the ref point him to the sidelines. So we'll see what happens as Glenville or Avon's going to go for 2 now after the Jadonic touchdown. Grant Barr's in motion. Elder in the shotgun. Cam Wendell next one. Elder. Barr.
Oh, my.
Two-pointer. They lost him.
Wide open.
And now it's a 14-point ball game, and with not much time left, Munch, that may do it.
And that young man does a little bit of everything, doesn't he? He runs the football. He catches the football. Oh, my. Was that 52 on that? Was he an eligible receiver? Who caught that?
No, that was 22.
Okay, because 52 was celebrating with the best of them. I'm saying, no way.
Your scoring drive is 10 plays, 60 yards, capped off by a 24-yard touchdown pass from Blake Elder to number 22, Finn Jordanic, who is a 5'8", 170-pound junior.
And then what happened on the two-point conversion? Did they go to Finn again?
No, they went to Barr, Grant Barr, number 12.
Oh, boy.
22 and 12.
My head is spinning.
Yeah.
But with the lack of scoring early on, Avon is really asserting dominance here.
So 28-14 with 7 minutes to go here in this Week 3 non-conference matchup.
You would think that this would do it.
Kicking will be number 90, Jensen Petro. Back deep for Glenville, Jalen Edwards, London Hurd, DeAnthony Critterton. And that looks like number 13, who's breaking it right now. I'll get you a name here in a second. That's Gary Pritchett.
And great tackle to keep it from advancing any further. Those special team players are so important.
So taking a look to next week, Munch, Avon's going to be on the road against North Ridgeville, which is going to be a big-time matchup.
Ridgeville's had a great program these last few years.
Yes, they have. And it doesn't get any easier for the Glenville Tarblooders because they take on St. Edwards next week, Munch.
Ooh. They got a lot to work on here. 7:12 left in the game.
Give Glenville credit. They schedule the best of the best.
And guess what? Another penalty against the Tarblooders.
Yeah, they're going to move them back on that nice kick return by Pritchard.
Brother, again, the game is not over. And we have a lot of candidates. But right now, to me, it looks like
I'm torn, Munch.
Mr. Barr is special.
I don't know, because I'm thinking about Blake Elder now.
Blake has been wonderful.
The man making the passes. As Arvell Nelson just throws it away.
That was self-preservation. Arvell forced out of bounds down there. Great defense that time. Avon just swarming.
Stops the clock. And brings up a second down after that incompletion.
Avon linebackers have been special, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, the player of the game situation is going to be difficult because you could even give it to a defensive guy from Avon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen some hard hits tonight. We've seen some turnovers. We've seen some interceptions.
Glenville is befuddled. There's no doubt about that. This is a powerful football team, and Avon has played their game and more so.
Man in motion is Saffold. Drops back is Nelson. He makes the play to Pritchett. As he's close to the first down, maybe short by 1.
Nice catch that time by Pritchett. Only a sophomore, 5'8", 156 pounds. 5'9", 156 pounds, I should say. Nice pitch, nice catch. But still 3rd and 2 because of that penalty.
That's right. 6:40 and going here in this fourth quarter. Arvell Nelson and his Tarblooders down by 2 scores. Looking to score here. Nelson drops back, steps up in the pocket, now rolls right. Throws, he's got a man. That's Saffold, left all alone. And Saffold is going to be brought down by Weatherspoon.
I'll tell you what, Weatherspoon didn't buy his juke and fake, stayed with him and tackled him. A good gainer that time. But you know what? The Avon rush is just all over Arvell Nelson. And I'm just wondering how much they're hurting, which it can't be pleasant, the big man who is out, Jameer Perez.
And we have a stoppage of play by the referees. And it looks like he wants to talk to Coach Elder.
Mike Elder wants to talk to the man in the white hat.
They keep pointing up to us in the press box.
Yeah.
I think they're having an issue.
We're just calling the game, bro.
I think they're having an issue with the clock. Look at Mike.
I don't know if Mike is waving to us. Hey, Mike.
He said, keep that clock running. Don't you stop it.
Mike Elder, ever vigilant. It's just amazing today. I mean, the pass rush of Avon has been relentless.
I think Coach Elder is saying, why is he yelling at me? I didn't do it. I'm not running the clock.
Was Mike pointing up here to us?
He was.
Yeah, that's my man.
The referee said, keep it going. It's 5 minutes and counting. Nelson drops back. Pressure coming from the Eagles. He's got to let it fly out of bounds.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a grounding.
Let's see.
I don't see anybody there at all. Have you seen a receiver in the area?
Nope. And there is a penalty flag on the play there.
It is a intentional grounding. I mean, you got to throw it near a receiver.
I don't think.
And guess what? They're going to lose the down, and they're going to march that one back too. Boy, you can't do that.
And now everything's starting to go in favor of the Eagles.
Eagles are, you know what? They're inside the Glenville players' heads right now. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Glenville's rushing because they're playing against the clock too.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, 5:39. If Glenville doesn't put the ball in the end zone here, you say in the next minute, this is desperation time. Just an unbelievable atmosphere. All the youth football players running out with the Eagles.
Yeah, you enjoyed that today.
I've seen cheer squads. It looks like from preschool to middle school to grade school, up into the varsity and the middle school cheers leaders here today. It's just been an amazing atmosphere here in the city of Avon.
Nelson drops back, setting up a screen. That's Romel Phyllis. And he's going to pick up a few, but not many after Stolarski corrals him.
Gosh, you know when Stolarski tackles you, you feel it.
That's right.
He hits you.
No arm tackles there.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the highlight films. He's going to take you and throw you down. But the Red Hawks have a good one with him, don't they?
They do.
Oh, my.
He considered a couple Ivy League schools before he made his decision, Munch. So the kid definitely is very smart, attending Miami of Ohio. 2nd and 14 now from the 33. Nelson is going to drop and now throw and looks. And
brilliant catch that time.
It looked like it's caught, and that looks like Paulie Sadler.
Yeah, that was Sadler. He caught it.
That'll be Sadler's first catch of the night because the other one he made was a penalty and got wiped out.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be 1st and goal. So they spotted at the 8-yard line.
So that's a 30-yard pass play.
And huge. Glenville's got to put it. They can't ground it here. They can't grind it here. They got to get in the end zone in a hurry.
4:51 to go on the clock.
Arvell ran to the sideline to get the play. Wanted to make sure he had this one locked in. Very important play here for the Glenville Tarblooders. Very important. A few plays here coming up.
Harden's in motion. Nelson, hands off. And that is going to be Jamal Goodson, number 10, with the carry.
Boy, they're using a slew of running backs back there. That's a 5'5", 190-pounder. Boy, that's good size on a small frame. You duck your shoulders down, you can't find them.
He got 2 on that run there.
Mm-hmm. Not enough. As the clock still, no, they stopped the clock now. Was that a Glenville timeout? It must be.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, Avon's not calling the timeout down here.
It actually was an Avon timeout. So it looks like they're bringing some substitutions in. Is why they called that timeout.
Avon with all 3 of their timeouts. Glenville down to 1.
4 minutes to go here in this one.
Eagles and Tarblooders have lived up to the hype. Some sloppiness of time with the flags, but this has been a hard-hitting football game. And do you know what? Right now, Avon has been throwing harder punches.
They have.
28-14.
2nd and 4 from the 4. And what do we have now? Timeout.
And Joel Goodson has stayed in the game as the running back.
So I think Mike Elder wanted to see what they were going to be running there defensively.
Okay, hey, Blake had 3 timeouts. Now he has 2, or Mike, I should say. So he's got still has the edge there for some free passes if needed.
We'll take a timeout as well. There's 3:59 left in this fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. Avon leads 28-14 over Glenville. You like the double numbers on the roster, partner?
Brother, I'll tell you what. That shows you that you have a lot of depth. I mean, hey, you know what? You only go up to 99, my friend.
So, you know they have like 2 freshman teams and
Yeah.
2 JV teams.
Isn't it amazing?
That is crazy.
But you know why? A tribute to Mike Elder.
Absolutely.
Like I said, he told me in
The program that he
2007
runs.
he's got a plan.
He runs it like a college program, huh?
Here's what's interesting, too, though. How long will Mike be here? He loves Avon. Lives in Avon.
I don't
loves
know.
the schools.
I don't see Mike going anywhere.
Has a son who's a senior.
True. We'll see. As it's 2nd and 4 from the 4 now for the Tarblooders of East Cleveland.
And Devon McDougal back in the game as a running back.
He's the bowling
Davion,
ball.
I should say.
Yeah, Devon.
Trying to watch these lines here.
Lunch has got the binoculars out.
Oh, baby. The field glass is coming through. I'm looking at the particulars down there. And you talk about depth. I'm looking at number 60 for Avon, getting his teammates all fired up. That is Lance Dawson. But we have Dawson as 99 here. That's why I'm a little confused. On the roster, they have him at 60.
He might have switched numbers. Handoff. McDougal. Stop.
Who made the tackle, my friend?
Stolarski.
At the ankle to keep. And he was headed to the end zone that time.
That's
Oh,
right.
my.
The Miami Red Hawk commit saves the touchdown.
And his mom, grandma, grandpa right in front of us.
Yeah.
They're ringing their bells out there for Mr.
Right.
Stolarski.
Here we go, 3rd and 3 now from the 3.
As big as they get.
Nelson, delayed draw, and he is stopped. Maybe got 1.
He's short, too. Oh, my. You know, this is a compliment when I call them that the big uglies of Avon are dominating. And who was in the middle of that? One of the few guys to play both ways, Mr. Bach. Max Hawk, I should
And
say.
the Eagles' nest is rocking as everyone's on their feet for this 4th and 1 from the 1-yard line.
This is do or die. This is the game.
Nelson's not going to get it. He's stopped by a swarm of Eagles.
I'll see who the first one there is. Oh, my. Here they come off, the conquering heroes. That was like Maximus the Gladiator stopping the Huns.
Turnover on downs.
Oh, my.
Avon will get the ball back with 3 minutes to go, and I would imagine it's going to be a long running drive.
Nolan Robke led the charge that time. You know what made it happen, though? It was a high snap. By the time Nelson pulled it down, they were on him.
Yeah.
The key to that was to get the snap and hit it in. Avon's just going to pound this football and use the clock up. Glenville with only 1 timeout.
They're buried deep in their own end zone on the 3 is where they will start, but there's only 2:50 left to go on this clock. You know, talking to Coach Mike Elder about his Florida trip, he said, listen, we liked it. We had a great time. It was good bonding. We should have won that game. He was upset about his team losing it in the 4th quarter as they had the lead, fumbled the ball. Spruce Creek went down and scored. Avon had a chance to tie it, and their 52-yard field goal came up wide right.
Huge play that time off the left side.
As Keontae Smith is going to get them some running room out of the end zone.
Boy, they're on the 3-yard line. He punched it up, 5-yard gain on that?
Yeah. 2nd and 5 now. But going back to what Coach Elder said, they let one slip away, Munch. That was one of the best teams in Florida, and they felt they should have beat them and should have came away with that one. And now tonight it didn't get any easier, and they look like they're going to come out on top.
And when we had our coaches show over at Spitzer Chevrolet in Amherst to start the season, Mike was very excited for the season to start.
Oh, yeah. New team, new season. Handoff to Keontae Smith.
Oh, he got swallowed up in there.
And making the tackle was number 23, DeAndre Taylor.
But we're under 2 minutes.
Yes, we are. 150 and counting here. As
using all that clock.
Yeah, Avon's taking up the play clock, and they're going to come away with the victory tonight.
Brother, now is the time to talk. I don't know if it's a coin flip or not, but
man, it is.
That player
what are you
of the
thinking,
game,
Munch? What do you want to
I've
do?
got 3 potentials: Ryan Stolarski,
Mr.
Barr, or Mr. Elder.
Yeah. I like all 3 of those candidates.
Who do we make the call? Our producer
Yeah,
God?
maybe super producer Duke will be the tiebreaker here. As that one is handed off to Keontae Smith again. And I think Glenville's going to take their last time out, Munch.
Yeah, they have it. They might as well use it.
With 1:09 left in the fourth quarter.
We have seen stranger things happen. 4th and 3. Avon possibly can't go for it there and set Glenville up that deep in their own.
So super producer Duke, obviously our listeners can't hear you, but out of the 3 choices, Blake Elder,
Stolarski
on defense, or Grant Barr, the receiver, who impressed you most tonight?
The pressure is on, my friend. Point them out for us. Who you going with, dog?
Choice 3, the receiver.
All right, so he's going to go with Grant Barr.
I'll tell you what, he had a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
And,
and to me, honestly, he felt like he was always that X factor. When Avon always needed a play, it seemed like he was always there to make it.
Came back and bailed out Blake a couple times.
He didn't score a touchdown, but he had tons of catches here tonight.
So he'll get the official pog.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
But we have a 1A, 1B, and 1C.
I should have brought 3 shirts here tonight.
Grant Barr, Ryan Stolarski, and Blake Elder.
All top-notch performances, and then you can also throw in another defensive guy. Clapham had the interception, Jacob Weatherspoon had some big hits. I mean, a lot of guys on defense sticked up. Vinny DiTilio with a sack.
The offensive line was brilliant today. How about Max Hawk anchoring just about everything there?
Yep.
They are going to go for it. I'm surprised on 4th and 3.
From the 10.
They're going to try to get him to jump again. Yep, the hand clap by Blake. He's a master at that.
So Elder now is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, he's going to punt.
One.
He tried to get him to jump.
They didn't, so he knows it's best to probably
you agree, you cannot give the Glenville the ball down there.
No, not on the 3 or the 10.
We see bizarre things happening.
So smart call there, as it's a chess match right now between Coach Ginn and Coach Elder, still with a minute to go.
You don't want to shut up both coaches too for giving us time. You got to talk to Dave Elder for our for our pregame show. I got Ted Ginn Sr. this morning.
Absolutely, and then Ted was nice enough to talk to us, on the field before the game.
Both gentlemen, yeah. And you know what? I always love coming out to the stations and over to WOBL, WDLW. I'd like to see real radio live and local. And you know what else? And I say this is that's why it's an honor and blessing to be a part of what you're doing, because I like people who care. Yeah, there's no doubt the Tollets and everybody at that station, they care.
We keep number 1 in sights, and that's the kids. It's about the kids.
Yes, you know what? And they deserve this game to be called it's the Super Bowl.
That's right.
I mean, you want to be out there working like they do August 1st. Actually, before August 1st.
This team plays year-round.
The season starts, yeah.
So, I mean, just a fantastic game here, and Avon's going to come out on top 28-14 as we got a minute left. It looks like Avon's going to punt the ball.
And how do you feel like about my description? If you're watching this Avon team, they're not defending champs. They're attacking champs.
They are. Mike Elder said, that's a different team. That was last year's team. This team is hungry, too. And, they don't want to live off of last year's 17-0 state championship. They have their own title to chase. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh, he's just going to run out of the back of the end zone.
Sakura.
He's going to run out of the back of the end zone.
Take the safety?
Now, interesting. Yeah, be a safety. Make it 28-16. Glenville will have to score, and you're talking, 15, 20 seconds, and then turn around and get an onside kick. We've seen more bizarre things happen, my friend. Do you know what? That was actually a smart move because anytime those returners at Glenville touch the ball, there's
trouble.
a possibility
Yep.
of putting the pig in the pen, yeah.
That's right. That is right. So another nice play call by the Avon coaching staff as they purposely take the safety, give Glenville 2 points, and now they're going to punt the ball with some room.
And want to hear something, not only high school football on a Friday night, but all four of, as I call her, Mrs. Munchin, yours truly, kids are in town this weekend.
Oh.
They're here, there, and everywhere, a couple of weddings.
That's awesome.
And
man.
with oldest son in from Chicago, we're actually going to take a little trip tomorrow to Meadville, PA, to watch his alma mater, the Denison Big Red, play the Allegheny Gators.
Well, I'll be in Oberlin watching the Yeomen take on Anderson University.
Okay.
So,
And for sure, Denison will play Oberlin this year. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I don't know if it's away or home yet.
I'm trying to think. I think this year it could be in Oberlin.
I want to say last year was at Denison, so I think.
Okay, there would be in Oberlin
yeah,
this year.
I think
That's a quick jaunt for me.
Yeah. So that's where I'll be tomorrow, watching some Division III
Fantastic,
football.
bro!
Yeah.
What a perfect weekend for it.
Yeah, can't ask for much more. High school on Friday, college on Saturday. Then we got the Buckeyes in the afternoon.
Payday for Grambling State. But here's what. The Buckeyes played it perfectly last week. People say, open it up. No, you don't open it up. What a kid like saying playing in his first big game.
Safe.
They beat, you know what? Ohio State dominated that game, and
Yes.
Texas won all the stats. That shows you it doesn't matter.
No.
What matters is a scoreboard.
That's right. As we got about a minute and 2 left here on the clock.
Still stay with us, friend, because we have seen more bizarre things. And Glenville going just waving a white flag. I guarantee you that is not going to happen.
And stick around because we're going to be having our Spitzer Auto World postgame show as the guys back in the studio will be talking to coaches and players all the way until 11 o'clock tonight. You can listen on WOBL or WDLW. You can also watch it on our Facebook page, WOBL, WDL Sports.
I listened to it last week on the way back from Lodi.
Yeah.
With that extended drive.
Yes.
And, phenomenal show. Got to shout out my boy, Paulie Williams.
Yeah, Paul
John
Williams,
Guzik.
John Guzik running everything back at the Radio Ranch. So immediately following this one, you can hop on the radio and see what else is going on around Lorain County as they'll have all the scores from tonight's action.
Paulie's family, baby.
Yeah, Paulie's a good guy.
Was an intern of mine, over a decade ago.
As we're trying to get things going, I'm not quite sure what the delay is.
Also, as I call my boys from Lorain County, Christopher Lee, also part of the crew.
Yeah.
Him and Paulie.
Yeah, Chris Lee over there. Let's see, where were they at tonight? Gary had Columbia. He had Northwestern at Columbia, so the guys are down in
Chris
Columbia.
and I have in
Columbia
common.
Station.
We both outkicked our coverage when it comes to the wives.
When it comes to the ladies.
Chris will be the first to tell you that. Oh, his wife's a sweetheart. And Mrs. Munch, she's the brains and looks of our operation, no doubt. I don't hesitate to say that.
We're waiting for Jensen Petro to kick things off.
And again, thanks to our crew. I mean, the camera work impeccable.
Yeah, Ben
production
Parsons
up here.
Ben Parsons on the camera up in the perch.
And our big dog Duke.
Yeah,
helping
Duke.
us break the tie, three-way tie.
Super producer Duke over here.
You know what else you notice? On some of the touchdowns, the extra points for Avon, there was broken coverage. Guys were wide open.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very important today. But for Avon to find that and exploit that is special.
Here we go. Squib kick. And it's going to be taken by Pritchard. And he is going to be stopped at about the 45-yard line, cross midfield, and that's where Glenville will have the ball.
Now, what do you do here? You rush 4 and drop 7?
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah. Look at Stolarski coming out there. He's got foam coming out of his mouth like a dog. It's like my dogs in the morning when I don't give their treats as we come in from our walk.
And it's the number 1 D out there making sure they finish the job.
Guess what? They went to the regular. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers.
A little 3-3-5?
Yeah, actually 3
stack.
down linemen. They took one out. So, yeah, they're using a 3-3-5. And the 3, they're playing cover 3 deep.
And here we go. That is Romel Phyllis.
That should end the game.
Yeah.
Get one more play out of there. Clock is 40 seconds. You have 45 now on the clock.
Loss of 3. And Avon is going to win this one and improve to 2-1 on the year. Glenville's going to fall to 2-1. As we said, Avon will be heading to North Ridgeville next week, and Glenville will be heading to Lakewood to take on St. Ed's. Nelson throws it deep, and it was almost picked off by Weatherspoon.
19 seconds left in the game. Avon showed today, you know what, my friend? That they are one of the elite teams, not just in the area, but in the entire state of Ohio.
And this was definitely a matchup of some heavyweights. And we appreciate you guys watching here on YouTube. You could catch the replay whenever you want. As we said, Avon Lake was on the other stream of ours. And they were losing last time we checked. So you could watch that if you'd like to see what the crosstown rivals Shoreman are doing as well.
3 deep again for the Avon Eagles.
19 seconds left. Arvell Nelson drops back, steps up. He's thinking about letting it fly, but he throws it out of bounds.
He's got another grounding call.
Yeah, I think he was over the line of scrimmage, Munch.
So that'd be 2 penalties. Oh, my.
Yeah, he was over
and
the line.
The flag dropped right where he went over the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. He was way past the line when he threw it. So we'll give you our drive of the game. We'll give you our player of the game. We'll also go over stats, courtesy of Al Januzzi, CPA. We'll let you know exactly where we'll be next week.
I'm looking if Mike Elder is staying away from the Gatorade container. It's a huge win, a huge dominating win for the Avon Eagles.
11 seconds left on the clock.
Mike is keeping his guys off the field. He's pushing them back. Just saying, gentlemen, let's end this like Avon Eagles. Last play of the game.
Nelson drops, getting pressured, throws deep into the end zone. Picked off. And we might have a pass interference, though.
But we have a flag. If it's an offensive penalty, the game will end. If it's defense, they'll play again.
Yeah. It was intercepted by Jerry Clements, the safety.
Clements has been all over today, my friend.
We got 000s on the clock, but we may have an untimed down.
We're going to have another play that was on the defense. Mike Elder's winding the clock saying, come on, guys. But, you know, if it is a penalty, it is a penalty. Mike Elder, a gentleman. Ted Ginn Sr., a gentleman. This area is blessed to have great high school football coaches like these two gents.
Oh, yeah.
The Avon DBs are pointing to who interfered with that guy? Who knocked him down? And the ball is marched off now down to the 35-yard line of Avon.
Fans starting to exit the Eagles' nest.
We don't. The one thing, this is a beautiful facility, as good as they get in Northeast Ohio. But people leave early at times they could because it's a mess to get out of.
That's right.
You got a 2-lane highway out there on 611, my friend.
And Nelson just takes a knee, Munch.
Yeah.
That's going to do it.
That's all he needed to do.
So 28-16 in favor of the Eagles. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll bring it back. It's the Spitzer Auto World postgame show. We'll give you our drive of the game. We'll give you our player of the game. We'll tell you where we're at next week, and we'll get out of here. It's the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week here on YouTube.
Mike Elder.
We are back. It's the Spitzer Auto World post-game show. Dave Rivera joined alongside Mark Munch Bishop. Avon wins by a score of 28-16 over Glenville. We've got some awards to give out, as it's our Player of the Game award, courtesy of Zabo Apparel in Vermilion. Unofficially, we're going to give it to Grant Barr, who had 9 catches for 125 yards.
Oh, my.
Had 1 run, Munch, for 2 yards. Didn't get into the end zone, but me and you, while we were talking, he was clearly the best player on the field here tonight. Whenever Avon needed a play, he stepped up and made that play.
You know what? Elder threw him some good balls, but there are times, we mentioned this too, where receiver bails out his quarterback.
Yeah.
He came back to a couple balls. There was a ball that was tipped
Yep.
that he came back
Yep.
to grab. He got wide open on a couple when Blake early in the game was getting flushed out of the pocket. He helped his quarterback. I'm going to tell you a quick story. And this, you remember the name Dan Fouts, legendary San Diego quarterback?
Absolutely.
He had a receiver, Charlie Joyner. And this came to me from Jim Lachey, who you hear on our stations
Right.
with Paul Keels calling the Buckeye games, said his rookie year as a San Diego Charger that Fouts got sacked off of him, and Lachey was helping him off the ground. He goes, Jimmy, you buy dinner tonight because the sack came off you. I get to bring one guy with us. So, of course, they're going to the most expensive steakhouse in town, and Lachey is sweating, okay?
Yeah.
But he says, Joyner and Fouts looking at each other with a beer, and they start laughing. And Lachey goes, fill me in here, this inside joke. And Fouts looks at Joyner and goes, how did you know? And Joyner goes, no, how did you know? And he goes, what did you know what? He goes, on a broken play, Fouts goes, how did you know to break to the back of the end zone to the left flag? And Joyner goes, no, how'd you know that's where I was breaking? That's what Blake Elder and Grant Barr had today. That
Connection.
I'll call that mojo.
Yeah.
The French call it je ne sais quoi. I don't know what it is, but they have it, baby. It's a vibe. And you know what? It reaches all the way to levels like that. And that is the story from 2 of the greatest. And I'll tell you what, we saw 2 of the greatest in high school football today in Barr and Elder.
That's right. It was a great showdown, and our player of the game goes to Grant Barr. 9 catches, 125 yards. He's going to pick up a cool shirt, courtesy of Zabo Apparel in Vermilion. Go and check him out. Locally owned, veteran-owned, as he does a great job out there in Vermilion. Our drive of the game, Munch, was one that happened in the third quarter. It was a 10-play, 60-yard drive capped off by a 24-yard touchdown pass from Blake Elder to Finn Jordanic in that corner of the end zone, which was a hell of a catch and play.
And I talked about how deep Avon is. Finn Jordanic isn't a guy that you think of when you look at the people to keep an eye on. And Glenville's thinking the same thing on that play. The Glenville DB broke on the ball. Jordanic wisely stayed with it. The DB was just a split second too late to get there. Had he got there, he could have gone 95 yards the other way.
And even you mentioned maybe if he would have just played it safe.
And knocked it down. Mitch Trubisky, his senior year at Mentor, I saw teams say, you know what, do not try to pick off his passes. He's too good. Try to knock him down. But the Glenville DB, in his credit, needed to make a play. Glenville was scuffly, not being able to advance the ball. But what a great catch that was, too. There was a host of MVPs on this Avon team.
Absolutely. So that's our drive of the game, brought to you by Valley Chevy in Wellington. Keep on driving with Valley Chevrolet. Next weekend, I will be on the road covering a Lorain County 8 matchup as the Wellington Dukes will be taking on the Columbia Raiders. Columbia was taking on Northwestern tonight on WOBL, and I'm sure they won, as Northwestern was not that good coming into tonight's game. And we'll see exactly how Columbia looks next week when we watch them against the Dukes. What else we got going on? Yeah, make sure you tune in to our WOBL and WDLW radio stations, and also our Facebook page at WOBL and WDLW Sports, because the Spitzer Auto World postgame show is happening right now on the radio and on Facebook. I will not keep any more of your time. For Ben Parsons, our camera guy, super producer, Duke on the board, legendary commentator Mark Munch Bishop joining me here tonight. I'm Dave Rivera. Good night from the Eagles Nest.